The world in misery, the once great city now reduced to ancient ruins. A red mist spread everywhere. Humanity plunged into despair before packs of bloodthirsty aberrations. And it all began with an archaeological excavation that disturbed an ancient seal, gradually turning into a catastrophe for all mankind. Amid that chaos, Yan Hao, a young man who only longed for a peaceful life with his parents and sister, had to witness his family torn apart by disaster. To fulfill his parents' last wish, though his heart bled, he gritted his teeth and fled with Xiao Xu. Even when facing a huge aberration that could easily crush him, Yan Hao never gave up and fought like mad to protect his sister. But fate was cruel. As he collapsed, a group of people appeared and took his sister away. From that moment his heart was torn, his reason waned, and Yan Hao walked a bloody path, carrying a monstrous power like the savage beasts, all to find his only sister. Half a year later, Yan Hao joined the border patrol, and due to his extraordinary strength met the mysterious female Captain Song Rui. She concealed his true identity and reached out, inviting him into the fighting ranks. But was that kindness, or a deep conspiracy hidden behind her gentle eyes? Amid secrets, lies, and blood, a new journey begins. Will Yan Hao's hunt for his sister keep his humanity intact, or will he be assimilated by the beasts? The story opens with a prosperous city now a shattered ruin. Who would have thought a mysterious archaeological dig would break an ancient seal and unleash a calamity? The blood-hued mist swiftly spreading across the cities. Humans in areas engulfed by the blood mist cannot withstand the mutation. They go mad and die mysteriously. Most other creatures transform into grotesque, aberrant beings with uncanny powers, becoming monstrous beasts. At that moment a figure stood amid the ruins, clothes tattered, one normal hand, the other deformed like a beast's claw, facing powerful aberrations. Wherever these aberrations went, the cities turned to rubble. Humans faced feral creatures that belonged in fantasies of fear spread like a plague. Above, a military helicopter flapped its rotors, relentlessly dropping bombs to wipe out the aberrations. With a boom, blinding flames erupted, smoke and dust scattering, obscuring everyone's view. When the smoke cleared, a lone figure could be seen, breathing heavily. Yan Hao muttered Xiao Xu. A pack of mutated wolves growled and advanced on him. Yan Hao went mad, his eyes bloodshot and ravenous, fangs bared, ferocious. Xiao Xu, where are you? Like a rabid beast, he used his clawed hand to attack the wolves, ripping their flesh. He seemed stronger than those deadly aberrations. Yan Hao's blood surged, fresh drops falling around him. When he looked up, no aberrations remained, only the desolate ruins. He sighed and mumbled, Xiao Xu. Yan Hao wandered the ruined city, calling as he went. He searched everywhere, tireless, until he spotted a rag doll lying by the roadside. Yan Hao stopped, knelt before the doll, and softly whimpered, Xiao Xu. His blooded beast hand lightly touched the doll's face. He startled, withdrew that grotesque clawed hand, his hand trembling as he reached to touch the doll's face. Yan Hao cried, his face returned to normal, revealing a handsome young man, a tear tracing down like a deep, smoldering pain in his heart. Yan Hao screamed. His world felt shattered, with no family left beside him. Where are you? To understand better, let's go back 3 days. Traffic in the city was busy. Radios reported red fog enveloping many areas, urging people not to panic, stay indoors, and avoid unnecessary outings. Xiao Xu and Yan Hao were dozing in the car. Suddenly a soldier banged on the window, ordering them to move the car immediately. Groggy, he was jolted awake. He muttered, the army. Yan Hao's father scolded, you can't trust those politicians' words. He grumbled, they deployed the army yet called it a natural disaster. Xiao Xu hid in her brother's arms in fear. I'm scared, she said. Yan Hao comforted her. It's okay, we're here. But unease made him glance outside. Something big was happening. Seeing the blood-red fog spreading, he wondered silently what that red mist could be. While he stared, an explosion overhead sent a car flying off an overpass and crashing to the road. Yan Hao jolted at the sight of a car falling in front of him. What the? Without thinking, he grabbed his sister and shouted, get down now. With a crash, the other car toppled onto theirs, the impact crushing both vehicles. When the shaking subsided, Yan Hao looked up and asked those in the front seats, Mom, Dad, are you okay? His father in the driver's seat shielded his wife. The crash split his head, and he groaned, my legs trapped. His wife cawed. What's happening? Before they could assess things, a beast roar sounded nearby. The elderly couple panicked, and Xiao Xu looked outside in horror. He was confused, desperate for an answer. What was that? There, a giant aberration was under military attack. He cried out, what the hell is that? People abandoned their cars and fled, shouting, run, a monster, there's a monster over there. Seeing this, the father urged his 2 children to get out of the car quickly. Yan Hao kicked hard at the damaged door. He and Xiao Xu scrambled out of the car. Then he tried to pry open the passenger door where his mother sat, but she stopped him. Take your sister and go. Leave us. He refused to leave them. I'm not leaving. I'll save you. At that moment another aberration appeared nearby. A passerby screamed for help. Xiao Xu saw the creature and trembled, covering her mouth to stay silent. His mother grabbed Yan Hao's hand and urged, go quickly. His father smiled encouragingly. Be responsible like a man. Yuri the older brother, their mother, wiped tears and told them to take good care of Xiaoxu. Before they could say more, an aberration leapt onto their car, hurling Yanhao and Xiaoxu some distance away. The gaunt wolf, like aberration, howled loudly, indifferent to having just slain his parents. Xiao was devastated. Mom, Dad. The aberration bared its fangs at her, as if checking which small human had cried out at it. Yanhao, regaining his wits, dragged his sister and ran, while she kept staring at the crushed car. Mom, Dad. Not only are there mutated beasts on land and in the sky, but flying mutants also threaten airborne craft, destroying planes and helicopters. In this ruined city of blood, red fog hangs over everything. Animals and people are going mad. Only two figures flee together. Yanhao still couldn't understand what was happening. He only knew to lead his sister to anywhere safer. They ran into an abandoned supermarket. But the mutants had scented them, and were closing in. Inside the store, a wolf patrol prowled with restless eyes, hunting prey. Yanhao held Xiao Suyu and covered her mouth with a hush. He waited for the noise to die down before slightly peeking out. By then the mutated wolf had left. Yanhao leaned against a food shelf, sighed, it's gone. But out of the frying pan and into the fire, red streaks suddenly appeared on Xiaoxu's face. The girl clutched her head in pain. Seeing her act strange, he worried. Xiaosu, what's wrong? She weakly mumbled, brother, I feel sick. Looking in the nearby mirror, he saw both their faces marked with strange red vein-like patterns. He panicked. What's happening? The red fog thickened, and Yanhao noticed odd changes in himself. Could it be from inhaling too much of the red mist? He hurriedly grabbed a cloth and water from the shelf and soaked the cloth. He brought it up to press over Xiaoxu's nose and mouth, hoping she'd inhale less of the mist. Quick, cover your nose. But he forgot to care for himself. Red veins pumped on his face and his eyes were turning red too. Yanhao felt his body burning. Streams of red-black air poured from him. It's so hot, something is escaping from inside him. His change frightened Xiaoxu. She asked urgently, brother, what's wrong? He tried to reassure her. It's okay, I'm fine, but his trembling right hand showed otherwise. Stop it now. Their noise was heard by the mutated wolf. It slowly circled toward them. Yanhao hissed with his hand. Stop, his condition made Xiaoxu shake. Don't scare me. The wolf approached, growling at the siblings. Yanhao held his twitching hand and thought. We rediscovered. Without thinking, he pulled his sister and fled outside. Come on, they ran from the supermarket into the wide city hoping to find shelter. But fate intervened. A grotesque mutated bird landed right in front of them, with the bird ahead and the wolf behind. Yanhao feared it was over. We redoomed another one, Xiaoxu whimpered. What do we do? Being a good brother, Yanhao held his sister to protect her. Don't be afraid, I'm here. But at that moment another monster appeared. It looked like a dragon, seeming to be the leader of these beasts. It landed powerfully behind them. Its massive form made the other mutants hesitate. The two siblings fell into despair. Were they really going to die here today? Surrounded by the pack, Yanhao hurriedly led Xiaoxu back into the abandoned supermarket. Go inside first, the girl worried, but in fact there were mutants inside the supermarket too. Roaming for prey, Yanhao grabbed a wooden plank from the ground. With no time to explain, outside was more dangerous, they had to try. Saying no more, he lunged forward and swung the stick at the mutated wolf. That rotten stick to hit a beast's head with it opened its jaws wide, and bit Yanhao's wooden club to splinters. Not stopping, the wolf opened its maw full of sharp fangs. Aiming to clamp down on Yanhao's head, he could only whisper, it's over. Yanhao couldn't die, he still had to protect Xiaoxu. He twisted to dodge but was shoved back, his shoulder slamming into a supermarket shelf. In that desperate moment an arrow flew from nowhere and struck the wolf in the eye. It howled in agony. Yanhao turned and saw his sister holding a crossbow. Xiaoxu looked at him with concern. Are you okay? I'm here to help, she said. The mutated wolf ignored him and lunged at Xiaoxu. The one who'd blinded it in one eye. Yanhao panicked and shouted, run. She obeyed immediately and ran without turning back. His voice ringing in her ear, Xiaoxu, don't look back. After saying that, he coughed up blood. The burning heat surged through his body, blood energy rising, red veins bulging across his face. Yanhao leaned against the wall, clutching his chest in pain, trembling, his voice weak and resentful. Why now? On the other side, Xiaoxu stumbled after a short run, the beast closing in behind her. One more step, and she'd be torn apart. Yanhao couldn't bear to watch. Somehow he found strength, and crushed a reinforced concrete wall. His scream tearing the air. Xiaoxu. The wall fell and pinned the mutated wolf beneath it. The crash shook the supermarket. Yanhao leapt onto the wall, blood energy blazing, transformed into someone else, bloodthirsty and fierce, gripping an iron bar. Die. He drove the iron into the wolf's head. Fresh blood and crimson energy gushed out as Yanhao raged like a demon from hell. He kept stabbing even though the beast was dead, its corpse still punished. And Yanhao lost control. Go to hell. Xiaoxu cried, seeing her brother's madness. Brother. She ran to embrace Yanhao. What's wrong with you? Stop. Don't do this. He paused for a few seconds, stopped attacking, but wasn't fully himself yet. Xiaoshu, tears in her eyes. I'm fine, please stop. Memories flashed in Yan Hao's mind, his mother urging him to lead his sister away, go quickly. His father's kind admonition before the disaster to bear the responsibility of a man. Yuri, the older brother, and his mother's plea to take good care of Xiaoxu. His spirits seemed present in his mind. His father scolded playfully, kiddo, wherever your mother is, your dad's got you. Heck Xiao Hao, you must live well with Xiaoxu. In the darkness a sobbing voice called Yan Hao like a guiding beacon. What's wrong? Don't be like that. Yan Hao calmed. No longer wild he spoke. Xiaoxu. She looked up at her brother, eyes full of tears. Brother. Yan Hao patted her shoulder and forced a reassuring smile. Sorry for worrying you. Xiaoxu checked. Are you okay? As Yan Hao began to answer no before he finished, a mutated bird slammed its beak into the supermarket glass. In a flash Yan Hao grabbed Xiaoxu and jumped aside. Danger. The mutated bird flapped its wings noisily, opened its beak wide, greedily eyeing the siblings like fat prey. Yan Hao grabbed the iron bar again and swung it like a baseball bat. You bastard. He struck its face of the iron clanged against the bird's beak bone as he roared. Get away from my sister. No one knew where Yan Hao got the strength, but that single swing really sent the mutated bird flying out of the supermarket. Get out. Dust billowed as the impact collapsed the supermarket wall. Yan Hao warned his sister. Xiaoxu, hide here first. I'll deal with these monsters. She wasn't reassured. Yuri going alone. Yan Hao explained. That giant beast has its eye on us. I have to lure it away. Xiaoxu clung to him. Don't go. I'm afraid you'll all become like you were earlier. Yan Hao rubbed her head. Don't worry, I won't lose control this time. Facing this terror, how could she feel safe? But still. He bumped foreheads with her, his deep warm voice soothing. Stay here and wait for me. I'll come back for you soon, okay? Xiaoxu had to concede as she made her brother promise me you'll definitely come back safe. Yan Hao beamed. Of course. I'll definitely come back to get you. The dust cleared, while the red mist still spread. A figure stepped out from the broken supermarket wall, holding the iron bar as a weapon. He muttered, if I'm right, killing beasts and absorbing their crimson energy could make me stronger. My power will grow. He aimed the bar at the giant creature before him. If I kill you, I'll have enough strength to protect my loved ones. So, Yan Hao shouted, die for me. But instead of it, the surrounding mutated wolves surged forward. Yan Hao realized, I'm still not worthy for you to strike personally, huh? He paid it little mind and swung the iron bar at the nearest wolf. Then I'll kill them one by one. Another blow smashed the next wolf's head, the sound of skulls splintering crunching. The third was smarter. It attacked from behind and bit the arm holding his weapon. Yan Hao squeezed its snout, cursing, you beasts. Both of Yan Hao's arms turned into wolf claws, allowing him to tear the mutated wolf apart easily. His roar was fiercer than any beast. Die, all of you. Yan Hao felt power flowing through him and laughed manically. So this is the feeling of strength. Incredible. At that moment a military plane flew overhead. The lead beast glanced up warily. It then let out a roar and flew off, the mutated wolves following, leaving Yan Hao standing dazed alone. The madness in his eyes faded. He looked at his mutated hands, confused. What's happening to me? What on earth occurred? At that moment a rocket fell from above, landing exactly where Yan Hao stood. Someone who shouldn't be there appeared. Xiaoxu heard the commotion and ran out to check. Are you okay? Yan Hao anxiously stopped her. Xiaoxu, don't go out. A loud blast lit up the sky as the bomb detonated, smoke and fire billowing, shaking nearby buildings. High above, a military helicopter patrolled over the whir of rotors. A commander called out, there are still refugees here, lower and check. Yan Hao struggled to open his eyes but could do nothing, only hearing someone order, this one is infected, skip them, skip them. When he opened his eyes he saw Xiaoxu unconscious being lifted onto the military aircraft. The commander barked, take the girl over there, hurry up, the monsters are coming back. Yan Hao's vision blurred again. The last image was Xiaoxu truly being taken away. He could only reach his mutated hand toward the helicopter and whisper her name helplessly. Xiaoxu. Images of Xiaoxu's suffering and his lingering guilt kept replaying. Brother, why didn't you come save me? Yan Hao screamed in panic. Xiaoxu, no. Yan Hao woke up panting, his hand still reaching out into the empty air. He clutched his head in agony. Damn it. That dream again. Xiaoxu, it's been half a year. Where are you? After a while he regained his composure. Luckily he hadn't been exposed. Outside was still the desolate scene. Yan Hao remembered back then Xiaoxu was taken by those people. I searched all the refugee camps in the area, but she was nowhere to be found. To find my sister I joined the lowest level border patrol in the army. Becoming a low-ranking soldier in this chaos, only the military can gather information and travel freely. His stream of memories flowed on, returning to the present at the Akaishi border post. Yan Hao stood before a man with a cigarette in his mouth, the captain of the Akaishi patrol. Gu Jun scratching his head sheepishly, he offered, Captain, sorry, I'm late for my shift. Someone beside him hissed under their breath, useless rookie again. But Gu Jun wasn't that gentle. He kicked Yan Hao hard, cursing, you idiot, where have you been? You were supposed to be on watch. Yan Hao didn't dare argue I'm sorry. A moment later Gu Jun called out loudly, Yan Hao, some important people are coming soon, we'll get time off. Yan Hao climbed the ladder and replied, okay. Gu Jun warned, if you cause trouble I'll not let it slide. Yan Hao climbed to a high vantage overlooking the city. Seeing this scene he couldn't forget what happened half a year ago. The red fog broke out. Most cities turned to wastelands inhabited by monsters. And the mysterious red tower appeared. Survivors could only hide at distant borders away from the tower and fog. He couldn't forget that monster, it's still out there. Isn't. Though Gu Jun seemed cold, he genuinely cared. During the break he warned carefully that a special response unit was outside. So our border watch is mostly for show. If even they can't hold it, what can low-level patrols like us do? Another soldier puffing his cigarette replied. That's the famed special unit, how did they fall? The next soldier agreed, really, Captain? Are you kidding? They thought that because both of them had seen the unit steamroll monsters wherever they went. Yan Hao remained lost in thought in his own world. After all this time he still hated the smell of the red fog. It triggers creatures' primal bloodlust, making them attack each other. Suddenly from afar he saw the tip of the red tower emerging. Has the red fog cleared? But thinking it over, that seemed baseless. No. Yan Hao suspected another reason. Something was hurtling toward them. A soldier spotted it and quickly called to Gu Jun, Captain. Something's wrong. Look, Gu Jun didn't seem to grasp it yet. What's the matter? Making a mountain out of a molehill. People began to panic. How is the red fog advancing here? Very soon they saw the special unit running toward them. Captain. It's the special unit. Gu Jun quickly stepped forward and asked, Commander, what's happening? A frantic member of the special unit urged them to retreat immediately. Seeing the red fog beginning to envelop them, Gu Jun grabbed the radio and shouted, everyone, fall back, retreat now. As he turned to leave, something like a claw latched onto his coat. Gu Jun screamed in terror. Seeing the ferocious mutated creature before him, Gu Jun felt he was done for. It's over. Yan Hao, still unaffected up high, kept hearing the panicked cries, run, hurry, they're recoming. Without thinking he dashed down to the ground where the red mist was gradually spreading and engulfing everything. As soon as he landed, Yan Hao finished off a ferocious mutated beast. Yan Hao treated killing them as his accomplishment. One down. After the first one fell, a second ferocious mutant charged at him. Of course his count of victories rose 2 down. At the same time he absorbed all of their energy when they died. This made him very happy. Excellent. After absorbing this one his power rose a bit. Imagine if he absorbed a few more. After a while the ground was littered with many ferocious mutants. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yan Hao grew more eager with each kill. Don't let me down, you lot. But suddenly a massive burst of power shot straight through the bodies of the mutants. Yan Hao glanced warily toward the source of that energy. Who's there? The figure was a white-haired girl holding a modern rifle. Song Rui, captain of the Saihyat border operations team. And it seemed she had seen Yan Hao. Seeing this, Yan Hao raised his guard. Damn, she's with the special unit. He had to disappear quickly. Song Rui seemed unconcerned with him and quickly ordered her subordinates, leave none. Eliminate them all. The special unit acknowledged without protest. In the next second Yan Hao was surrounded by the special unit. He panicked and raised both hands in surrender. Don't shoot, I'm a low-ranking patrol soldier. Then someone ordered, 12 o'clock, fire. As he finished saying the last syllable of his name, Hao, the mutant behind him was riddled with bullets. The special unit reported professionally, confirmed, target neutralized. Song Rui's footsteps drew closer to Yan Hao. She coldly asked him, where's your weapon, patrolman? Yan Hao's head spun. This is bad. Seeing this, a member of the special unit quickly ordered everyone to withdraw from the outpost to the temporary defensive line. So Yan Hao was taken back to the base, which was guarded extremely strictly. No one else could enter without the commander's permission. There Song Rui carefully reviewed the special unit's situation. The outpost suffered 37 casualties, including 2 from the Saihyat squad and 30 patrol dead. This was the casualty report for the sudden incident. After a while Yan Hao whispered, so that's how it is. He was tied to a chair with 2 soldiers standing beside him. Why arrest me? I'm a victim too. Song Rui, having read the report, coldly presented the evidence. At 1723 you left the unit for 2 hours. And when you returned the blood fog riot occurred. Don't you feel you owe an explanation? Yan Hao's mind raced. He had to think of a way out and began stammering. I only dozed off a bit in the rubble beside me. I already informed our captain. Suddenly a quick-witted soldier raised his hand and called out, Commander, this guy is always late on missions, but the captain always covers for him. Yan Hao wanted to sink into the ground. Damn him. He shot a murderous look at the other soldier. If you talk nonsense I'll kill you. Another soldier protested. Don't slander the captain. Song Rui heard this and felt deeply uneasy. Apparently your patrol unit still has many problems. At this moment, Ko Chuan in the hospital, wrapped in bandages, suddenly sneezed loudly. The soldier beside him quickly asked, Captain, are you okay? The nearby doctor checked the results and concluded, don't worry, he won't die. All tests are fairly normal. But the soldier didn't quite believe it. Doctor, Is this really normal? At Yanhao's side the atmosphere remained tense. Song Rui quickly found his information. His file shows he only completed basic training 3 months ago. And in the recent battle even our special response unit lost 2 people. It's surprising you survived. Hearing this, I kept inventing a plausible story in his head. I was afraid of death. I used to practice acting at school, so I'm more agile than others. When I saw the red fog rushing in, I ran first. Song Rui, with no hesitation, asked bluntly, if you were afraid of dying, why join the army? Do you have some other motive? This silenced Yanhao completely. His mind began to replay his long past. In half a year searching for Xiaoxu, he kept killing and absorbing low-level mutants, gradually controlling his beast form and reverting to human shape. For 6 months he lived like a lone wolf, avoiding crowds and foolishly scavenging every scrap of ruins, asking around human gatherings. Seeing him silent, Song Rui assumed his story was true and angrily scolded him. You re a soldier yet cowardly, deserting your post without reporting. Do you understand the consequences? At this point Yanhao really wanted to know, will you execute me? Ning Wai didn't answer, but leaned close to Yanhao's ear, and asked about his hands. Hearing that, Yanhao knew he couldn't hide it any longer. They had indeed seen them. Song Rui pressed on. Why the lies you made up? What is your real purpose? Suddenly the ground began to shake violently and everything started collapsing. Song Rui vaguely wondered if it was an earthquake, but Yanhao knew exactly what it was. No, this familiar feeling. He sprang up in panic despite being tied to the chair and shouted, "Move, hurry. A large number of mutants are approaching." But what Song Rui cared about now was, how dare you try to run in front of me? She lunged at Yanhao, pinning his head to the ground. Do you take me for air? A nearby soldier saw the ground cracking where she pressed and anxiously intervened. Commander, it's cracking, please be gentler. No sooner had he spoken than the ground around them collapsed instantly. It's caving in. Help? Save us. After a while, luckily everyone was okay. A worried soldier asked nervously, where is this place? Yanhao, still lying there, answered him, underground. We've fallen. Song Rui remained calm and managed the situation. It's too dark here. Prepare lighting. The special unit cooperated swiftly. Yes. The soldier who saw Yanhao glared. Urea jinx. Nothing good happens when you're around. Yanhao was unbothered and said, complain after we get out alive. The soldier asked, can't we get out? Yanhao replied, not necessarily. A glowing rod was produced. Seeing the whole space, the soldier couldn't help exclaiming, damn, this is a maze dug by mutants. Song Rui set down her weapon and instructed everyone, stay calm, check usable arms. She took out another rifle and carefully ordered them to hold formation and don't expose their rear. Suddenly the wind outside began to pick up, growing stronger. Yanhao also sensed that something was off. The soldier who had spoken earlier asked him, what's wrong? Yanhao replied quickly, there's the sound of wind on the other side. Hearing that the soldier brightened, wind means an exit. I will go check. He quickly went toward the sound. As he got closer he grew more excited. There really was wind. Yanhao, you may have no other skills, but your talent for escaping is top-notch. Captain, there's wind over here. While he babbled about a sure path ahead, he didn't notice a huge monster behind him about to swallow him. Yanhao saw it and shouted, lie down. No sooner had he spoken than the monster was shot in half by Song Rui, blue fluid pouring out continuously. A soldier warned immediately, the armor fluid is corrosive. Don't let it get near you. Song Rui responsibly warned them carefully and added, don't act without my orders. Patrolman, the soldiers fell silent and replied, yes. Song Rui then turned to Yanhao, you seem good at avoiding danger. Yanhao, when we re-out, you must explain your situation to me. Yanhao smiled outwardly, but wondered inwardly why she didn't state his secret outright. What was her intent? Suddenly everyone grew uneasy. What's that sound? Something's coming. What appeared were 3 monsters emerging at once, bearing their fangs toward them. A soldier cursed, damn, so many insects here. Yanhao felt some worry. This is trouble. A swarm of giant, grotesque-bodied insects charged straight at them. Someone immediately raised a gun to repel the swarm. Song Rui took point with her rifle while Yanhao covered the rear. When the insects stopped pursuing, Yanhao was puzzled, but Song Rui said, don't stop, keep running. Yanhao checked behind carefully, and guessed the insects had indeed halted. Suddenly someone's voice called out, quick, look ahead. A giant ferocious insect blocked their exit. A helmeted soldier stammered in fear, this is a boss level. Yanhao looked and confirmed, it's absorbing the red mist. The ferocious insect opened its mouth wide, continuously absorbing the red mist. Bad, it's converting the mist into energy. Yanhao's expression changed at once. If he shouted, everyone beware, that's very dangerous. Song Rui raised her gun and fired a blast of energy straight at the mutant. The mutant used the energy it absorbed from the red mist to attack Yanhao's group. Song Rui's blast and the mutant's energy shot past each other toward their respective targets. The mutant cried out in pain from the hit. As the mutant's energy neared, Song Rui froze in fear. Seeing this, Yanhao yelled, move aside. He then charged forward and used his hands to block that massive energy stream. Song Rui called anxiously, Yan Hao before she finished he cut her off. Wait until we get out of here. After being hit by Song Rui, the mutant's body began to crack. Yan Hao promised, I'll explain everything to you. Song Rui's face filled with worry. If even her attack had little effect, did Yan Hao really have a method? Then she warned the person before her, be careful. Hearing that, Yan Hao smiled and agreed. He leapt up, raised his hand, and charged straight at the mutant. Come at me then. Yan Hao's eyes flashed a red misty. He thought to himself, Supreme Tyrant level, that name fits. A system panel appeared listing monster tiers: Scarlet rank, Pack rank, Warlord rank, Supreme Tyrant rank, Colossal Beast rank, Calamity rank. Yan Hao struck the mutant repeatedly with his hands, wondering how much he would advance if he absorbed it. After continuous strikes, Yan Hao landed in front of the ferocious mutant. He looked at his claws in surprise. As too hard. If it were a normal mutant, it would have been torn apart. The ferocious mutant kept roaring, mouth wide as it faced him. Its gigantic size resembled a large armored tank. Yan Hao eyed it, and guessed it must have devoured many of its kind. Immediately, one of the creature's legs slammed into the ground before him. Yan Hao backed up to dodge. Too slow a thought struck him as it invested all its enhancements into defense. His eyes flared and red mist enveloped his arm. Ridiculous, it's merely a moving target. Other soldiers opened fire on the ferocious mutant. One muttered, I must be dreaming. His incredulous voice continued, Yan Hao, the fastest of all, yet the most afraid of death. A soldier stammered, who is he really? Song Ru replied coldly, he's a combat experiment against mutants, secretly researched by the joint government SU. Hearing that, the soldier still found it hard to believe the man who took 3 months to finish basic training and runs faster than anyone is a combat experiment. Song Rui confirmed, yes, that's how it is. The soldier asked, so the captain knew earlier? Song Ru denied it, no, I only confirmed his identity when he took the mutant's blow for me. From start to finish Lin Ji-dung stayed silent, thinking to himself, Deputy Captain Lin Yongji, an external squad officer, does really have such experiments? Or is Captain Song Rui hiding something? Song Rui continued, he escaped from the lab and somehow infiltrated the border patrol. The soldier realized, so the previous red mist outbreak may be linked to Yan Hao. Song Rui added, I haven't ruled out that possibility, which is why I had to investigate him. She told her soldiers, this is tops, you secret, what you saw and heard stays here, not a word outside. Understood, patrolman. The soldiers promptly replied, yes, Captain. Nearby, the ferocious mutant was condensing a massive energy. It attacked toward Yan Hao, but he easily dodged. Seeing that energy heading for Song Rui's group, Yan Hao gritted his teeth, feeling alarmed. This is bad. He shouted, move away now. Immediately, the colossal energy slammed down, obliterating everything around. When the dust cleared, Song Rui was revealed sitting on the ground clutching her rifle. The soldier who had been on the ground muttered to the nameless patrolman, am I still alive? But when he saw Lin Ji-dung pinning him down, the soldier cried out in surprise, Captain. It turned out his leg had been injured in the attack. The soldier worriedly said, your leg. Lin Ji-dung reassured him, don't worry, you won't die. The soldier still felt guilty. You special forces, risking yourself for a lowly patrolman like me. The soldier lamented, but isn't your mission to target mutants? You lost valuable combat ability because of me. Lin Ji-dung, gritting his pain, explained, I didn't become a soldier just to kill those damned mutants. He said, I exist to protect as humanity's last shield. I can't abandon anyone. At that moment, Yan Hao was also flung backward by the recent attack. His arm was gradually degenerating. Yan Hao lay on the ground, teeth clenched in anger. Damn it, the red mist energy is exhausted, degenerating. He can't even maintain the beast form in one arm. And that mutant just now was the armored shield savage worm. Boss level. Yan Hao looked at it and thought silently, is this a boss level? Quite tough. The armored shield savage worm swung its sharp claws at Yan Hao, but before it could get close, it was struck in the head. Yan Hao turned and looked back, surprised at Song Rui. Song Rui knelt on the ground, aiming her gun at the mutant. Yan Hao, you can't die here. You still have much to explain. At that moment, the mutant let out a gruesome laugh. Song Rui's eyes widened in disbelief. It's laughing, could it be? From the cave, a red mist slowly spread out. Indeed, the red fog poured from the cave, these tunnels branching in 4 directions. Let it move the mist elsewhere easily. The armored shield savage worm was absorbing the red fog to heal its wounds, and using it to replenish its strength. Its injuries had already begun to mend. Song Rui grew more anxious. If this continues, it'll recover to peak state. It seemed the red fog that suddenly flooded the outpost earlier was caused by it. She shouted a warning to Yan Hao. Yan Hao, we can't kill it now, retreat. But Yan Hao refused. No, it has to die here today. His eyes red as he said, its summoning of the red fog actually helped me recharge it. It can't move freely now. This is our chance to strike. But Song Rui remained worried. If we fail, you could die here. Yan Hao, unafraid, was determined to kill the armored shield savage worm. I've EQ'd countless times at the gates of hell. I'm not missing this one. Seeing his stubbornness, Song Rui relented. Fine, there's only one chance. She raised her gun at the mutant again. I'll unleash all my power to break its head armor. You seize the chance and destroy its brain. The mutant's head was Song Rui's target, she warned Yan Hao solemnly. This is the only way we can defeat it. Seeing the moment, Song Rui fired and shouted, now. Thanks to Song Rui's shot, the mutant's armor shattered. Yan Hao thought happily. Good, the head armor's broken. He leapt up and struck the mutant's head hard with his hands. As he attacked, he shouted, die. At that moment, it seemed the mutant's body was starting to burst apart. Song Rui wondered, is it over? Did we succeed? Then the mutant's body exploded, sending Yan Hao flying backward. Song Rui rushed over anxiously. Yan Hao. She looked at the man lying on the ground and asked, are you okay? A photo slipped from Yan Hao's jacket and caught Song Rui's attention. This is. She picked up the photo and examined it closely, a portrait. But while Song Rui wasn't looking, a black sharp object pierced through Yan Hao's hand. He found himself in a very strange space here. Yan Hao wondered, where am I? Looking at the alien space before him, he doubted whether he was alive. Am I dead? Before Yan Hao, something like Dene emitted a continuous red light. What was that? Dena-like thing blinking. Diamond-shaped sharp object hovered in front of Yan Hao. He immediately recognized the item's origin. Isn't this what was inside that boss-level mutant just now? The strange object moved to hang over Yan Hao's chest. It looked like some kind of energy body. It was in my hand a moment ago. So how did it shift to my chest? Strangely, it kept absorbing the red mist inside. What? It's actually absorbing the red mist. Yan Hao's eyes lit up in surprise at the object's ability. Not only can it absorb the red mist, it can store it. Even if I absorb more red mist to transform stronger, I won't risk losing control anymore. But because it absorbed too much red mist, a small crack appeared. Damn. This new crystal has limited energy storage. Yan Hao grew extremely anxious. At this rate, it'll explode. Suddenly he remembered something. Right. He decided to test his hypothesis. That big bug's move can consume a lot of red mist. If it can absorb red mist, then they should concentrate together. In the outside real world, Yan Hao's body was continuously emitting a red mist. His tightly shut eyes flew open and red mist even radiated from Yan Hao's pupils. He sprang up, gritting his teeth and shouted, concentrate into me. Outside, Song Rui called anxiously Yan Hao. Seeing Yan Hao harming himself, she yelled, what are you doing? Yan Hao held his hand tightly. Move away. Immediately after, the ward exploded. Rewind 5 minutes earlier. A soldier anxiously asked Song Rui, Captain Tong, what about Deputy Len's leg? Song Rui didn't answer but comforted him. As a soldier, he already understood, don't blame yourself too much. When Song Rui arrived, Lin Yongji asked, Captain Tong, what's wrong with Yan Hao? I've never heard you has test subjects. Song Rui handed him a briefing. Yan Hao's case is top secret, rest well and don't worry about anything else. Before leaving, she told Lin Yongji an important note. I requested headquarters transfer you to logistics, now you can really rest. Lin Yongji coldly said, I'll honestly report this to your father, Chief of Staff Tong Lin. I trust he'll judge for himself. Hearing that, Song Rui turned angrily to warn Lin Yongji, Deputy Lin, who exactly is your superior? From now on your communications are sealed, stay put, don't go anywhere. After stepping out, Song Rui decided to go to Yan Hao's room. Which room is he in? The soldier answered, room 314. Song Rui ordered, come with me to Yan Hao. When they reached ward 314, the soldier called out, arrive. Song Rui entered alone, instructing the guard before going in, you stay at the door, no one enters without my order. The soldier saluted, understood. As the door opened, Song Rui saw Yan Hao clutching his hand while red mist continually gathered around him. She called loudly, Yan Hao. Seeing the power Yan Hao was drawing near her, she angrily shouted, what are you trying to do? Yan Hao was flung backward. He only had time to warn those in front, move, get out of the way. Immediately Song Rui dropped to the ground to dodge the blast. But that force smashed through the ward door and blasted outward. With a single burst of power, it destroyed 3 aligned buildings in succession. Lin Yongji, lying in the ward, was also shocked. The abandoned building was pierced through. What happened to Yan Hao? Captain Tong, how long can you hide this? The soldier guarding outside Yan Hao's ward held his head, pressed to the ground, muttering in fear, why is it always me who gets the bad luck? Save me, this is terrifying, I'm not ready to die. Song Rui looked at the pierced buildings and guessed, is this the mutant's move from before? She wondered, why can Yan Hao control a mutant's power directly without a beast armament? Then she turned and coldly questioned Yan Hao, you owe me a lot of explanations. The scene shifted to the hospital rooftop. After hearing Yan Hao's story, Song Rui still found it hard to believe, so you can not only absorb a mutant's core but also learn its abilities. Yan Hao continued, not only that, I can absorb more red mist and store it. The crystal seems able to self-repair. Hearing this, Song Rui stroked her chin and smiled, you have quite a range of abilities. Yan Hao spoke seriously about the danger he faced. I have indeed gained their strength and abilities, but I might gradually become like them. He looked straight at Song Rui and asked her thoughts, as I am now, am I still truly human? Captain Tong, in your eyes, what am I? Song Rui tilted her head and said, you are you, A unique being, whether human or monster, depends on how you use this power. She stepped closer and added, but your power is both a curse and a weapon. Song Rui offered Yan Hao two paths. You have two choices now. First, join the blood division and become a reserve soldier in my squad. And the second choice is this: be treated as a threat like the mutants, be exterminated. Yan Hao asked skeptically, exterminated? He reminded Song Rui, do you think the current forces in the city are really capable of that? Song Rui realized the truth. I truly can't do anything to you right now. She assured Yan Hao of what he'd gained by choosing the first path. But if you try to confront you now, that's arrogant. Joining my squad isn't bad. Identity, information, resources. I'll help clear your problems. Yan Hao rubbed his chin, smiling. A dangerous newcomer whose power is unstable. Are you really willing to take me in? The cost must be high. Pouring so much in just to recruit a new member. Do you have another motive? Song Rui guaranteed. You re smart. For some reason I really need you. But believe me, we were not enemies. She paused a moment and then added, perhaps. Song Rui put the photo she found on Yan Hao in front of him. You can see this as a deal. Seeing the photo, Yan Hao gasped. What? It turned out to be the photo Yan Hao had taken with Xiao Su. This photo. How did it end up with her? Song Rui made a bargain. Don't underestimate me. If I want investigating your past is easy. Join the blood division, and I'll use the highest level intelligence network to help you find your sister. Hearing this, Yan Hao began to consider the offer. Searching alone blindly has limits, as she said. With higher rank and status I could investigate more and act more freely. After thinking, Yan Hao agreed to the offer. It's a deal. But Captain, if you need me that much. He rubbed his head, smiling and adding a condition to Song Rui. A bit more pay shouldn't be a problem after all. My previous salary was all used to search for my sister. Song Rui didn't hesitate, and immediately agreed to the request. Private Yan Hao, as captain of the blood division. I approve your appointment as a reserve blood division soldier. You will receive the highest pay grade. Now go immediately finish the paperwork. Yan Hao left at once. Roger, Captain Tong. I'll go to the patrol unit now to complete the handover procedures. Just before he left, Song Rui's voice suddenly rang out. Oh, right. She crossed her arms and told Yan Hao. I've paid the hospital compensation for the damage you caused. It's not urgent now, but it'll all be deducted from your salary later. Song Rui pressed her lips, resolved. Uncle, I will find a way to save you. Yan Hao sighed as he walked. So I still have to pay compensation. Song Rui watched his back and thought to herself, my instincts told me so. She was very confident in Yan Hao's abilities. He holds the key to turning mutants back into humans. The scene shifted to the patrol unit barracks in Chaisha City. Yan Hao put his hands in his pockets and asked a soldier, so, you want to join the special unit too? The soldier laughed confidently, pointing at himself. Captain Tong and Deputy Lin both think highly of me. Although I'm in logistics, Yan Hao, we can help each other later. Hearing that, Yan Hao scowled and thought, what's this guy's name? Probably never cared before. Suddenly the soldier grew excited, waving his hands. It's Captain Gu. He's okay. Yan Hao turned in surprise to look at the big men behind him. At that moment Gu Jun was being blocked by a big punk. Old Gu, you slapped me that year because of that mute woman. The punk was Zhang Shui, captain of Chaishi City's defense team. He kicked Gu Jun and sneered, now you look like a stray dog. Beg our defense team to compensate your crew. A soldier rushed forward to rescue Gu Jun, shouting, you scum. But before he could reach them, Zhang Shu's men easily pinned him down. The soldier kept yelling, you bastard, let Captain Gu go. Zhang Shui grabbed Gu Jun's chin and ordered, kneel and lick the mud off my shoes, or else. He even used the soldier to threaten Gu Jun. I'll break that kid's arm to use as your walking stick. Hearing that, Gu Jun clenched his teeth in anger. He was actually about to kneel and lick Zhang Shui's shoes, but Yan Hao suddenly appeared and grabbed Gu Jun's hand. No need to kneel. Gu Jun, surprised, said, Yan Hao, you. Yan Hao smiled sincerely. You helped me a lot before. This time it's my turn to repay you. Then he shouted at Zhang Shui's crowd, I'm Yan Hao. If anyone dares touch a hair on Captain Gu, I'll crush his bones for firewood. As soon as he finished, the expressions of Zhang Shui's men changed. They all charged at Yan Hao. One with a club shouted, you, asking for death. Yan Hao's face went icy. He bent down, ready to strike. The first attacker rushed in, but Yan Hao kicked him flying and shouted, one. The second was knocked down by his elbow. 2. The next one hadn't attacked yet before Yan Hao delivered a heavy kick to his leg. 3. Another punch landed squarely in one man's gut. 4. With a single punch, he sent the man flying into the wall behind him. Zhang Shui's 4 lackeys lay scattered on the ground from just one of Yan Hao's moves. Someone behind Zhang Shui shouted angrily, our company commander is an E-level soldier. How dare you touch us? You dead. You. Zhang Shu fumed. 4 seconds. How is this kid so fast? Having thought that, he immediately pulled out a gun to threaten Yan Hao. Patrol scum. You dare resist the defense team? I lel. Yan Hao smiled, easily dodged the 3 shots fired, and said, go ahead. He then rushed forward to grab Zhang Shui's gun, but the firing speed. Yan Hao crushed the pistol with his bare hands under Zhang Shui's horrified gaze. Too slow. He dropped the mangled gun to the ground and added, only 1% of Song Rui's power. Zhang Shu flew into a rage and drew a knife, but before the blade reached Yan Hao's throat, Yan Hao had already seized his arm. He squeezed his neck, hoisted Zhang Shui up, and said, you just said you'd make Captain Gu kneel, right? Zhang Shui trembled in terror, stammering threats at Yan Hao. What are you going to do? I warn you don't. Yan Hao looked at him coldly now. He slammed Zhang Shui down with such force the ground cracked beneath him. It's your turn. Zhang Shui was unconscious, foam at his mouth. Whispers broke out. He dodged bullets and crushed a standard pistol with his bare hands. Yan Hao looked at his arm wrapped in red mist and thought, the physique enhanced by the mutant core is far stronger than expected. Yan Hao bent to pick up Gu Jun's crutch as Zhang Shui's men fled screaming, monster run. A soldier excitedly slapped Yan Hao's shoulder, saying he was amazing. Yan Hao asked if he was okay. The soldier replied, I'm fine, my body takes hits well. Gu Jun took his crutch back and sincerely said, Yan Hao, thank you. Yan Hao smiled, thank me. Captain Gu, you helped me before, now I stand up to protect you, it's only right. Gu Jun still worried about the defense team causing trouble. But the soldier confidently said, don't worry, Captain. He explained to Gu Jun that now Yan Hao and he were with the special unit, the defense team wouldn't dare touch them. The scene shifted to the special unit's temporary base. In Qixi City, Song Rui asked Yan Hao if the handover was complete. After Yan Hao's reply, Song Rui continued, I've already sent your application to headquarters. She put the invitation in front of Yan Hao and said headquarters approve. Yan Hao, surprised, thought not bad. He laughed and asked if that meant he was officially a member. Song Rui shook her head. Not yet, Yan Hao, the real challenge comes next. She continued, you must head to Hu City immediately for the selection trials for the Blood Division combat unit. Song Rui watched Yan Hao's back and said she believed his strength would get him through. Yan Hao confidently said, got it, wait for me to break the record. The scene shifted to Hu City. A convoy of military vehicles sped down the road. Song Rui looked at the tablet and told the person beside her, this is Hu City, the capital of Siu and the headquarters of the Blood Division. Yan Hao glanced over, curious, pointing at the soldier sitting beside him. I heard official Blood Division members are at least D rank warriors. How are those ranks evaluated? This guy seems weak. He asked, can logistics also take the Blood Division trials? The soldier laughed and said, I'm pretty resilient. Song Rui, seated up front, explained he's in logistics, not combat, so he doesn't need to take the combat evaluation. The soldier laughed and patted Yan Hao's shoulder. Logistics will still fight alongside you guys, we'll count on each other. Just then Song Rui's voice rang out, Yan Hao, good, we have time now, let's sync our information. She said, people like me who can trigger abilities are called warriors. Their combat power is divided into 6 ranks, A, B, C, D, E. The special response team has its own ranking evaluation, which is basically based on physical strength and stamina. About mutant beasts, Song Rui told Yan Hao, they range from weak to strong. Sich, Ho class, Leap, Klein class, Overlord class, Giant Beast class, and Calamity class. 5 tiers. Normally an E rank warrior can beat a Sich, Ho beast, D rank beats Leap, and B and C ranks beat Overlords, A rank beats Giant Beasts, and S rank beats Calamity Beasts. Song Rui emphasized another point, compatibility with the beast core also affects rank. Hearing that, Yan Hao asked suspiciously, compatibility with the beast core. Song Rui answered, in this apocalyptic world only mutants altered by the red mist possess abilities. Human warriors must rely on equipment and beast cores compatible with mutant cores to stimulate abilities. She glanced at Yan Hao in the back and continued, physique, talent, and even luck affect core compatibility. The better the match, the higher the quality and number of abilities triggered. If you can't match a core, you'll at best be rank E. Just then, their vehicle suddenly stopped. A soldier with a rifle signaled to Song Rui's group, sorry. This road is closed, please take another route. Song Rui's voice, full of anger, rang out, you dare block the special response team. A soldier replied, we reinforcing orders, we have no choice. A man's silhouette appeared in the window of a nearby vehicle. Song Rui wondered, why are big shots from the Luck Dang Corporation here for the Blood Division selection? Something's off. An hour later at the Blood Division selection area, a soldier's voice echoed, the Blood Division is humanity's strongest rear and the sharpest blade of the special response team. The speaker was Lin Yongsan, chief judge of the Blood Division and a rank warrior. He told the soldiers, I don't care who you are, if you rehear you must follow these rules. Lin Yongsan coldly stressed a rule, no backdoors here, I won't allow it. No matter who you are, if you lack real ability, don't expect to stay in the Blood Division. He raised his hand and shouted, first segment physical test begin. For the first test, soldiers must carry a 50-kilogram load and sprint 100 meters. Another voice announced sprint with weight 5-10 seconds. After the run, soldiers must lift weights with electromagnetic resistance to add load. Yet Yan Hao easily hoisted the weight into the air, lifting 500 kilograms with one hand. The next test was the punch force assessment. With a single punch, Yan Hao broke the testing machine. The punch meter was destroyed and couldn't measure. Yan Hao clasped his hands behind his back, stepped before Lin Yongxin and shouted, reporting to the examiners, all items completed. Lin Yongxin checked the tablet and said, confirmed complete at 98 points. No sooner had he finished than whispers erupted, 98 points. The previous rookie record was only 140. Another soldier worriedly said the kid must have cheated, he's dead meat. Suddenly another unfamiliar voice rang out, Officer Lin, the highest rookie entry score is 140. The voice belonged to Zhang Jin, brother of the Qixi City Defense Company commander, he said. His score far exceeds the record, I don't believe it. Lin Yongxin replied coldly. I supervise personally and there's security camera footage, are you accusing me of opening a back door? Hearing that, Zhang Jin curled his lip in a cold smile, of course not, I'm just curious. He brushed past Yan Hao and asked, you re Yan Hao from the Qixi City Patrol? Yan Hao asked back, what's this about? Zhang Jin laughed loudly, nothing. Just saying hello, we re from the same hometown. But inwardly he thought, brat, just wait. Remembering what Zhang Shuai suffered, Zhang Jin grew angrier. The humiliation my brother endured will be doubled back onto you. Yan Hao watched Zhang Jin's retreating back and wondered, same hometown. Lin Yongxin told Yan Hao Zhang Jin's identity. He's Zhang Jin, a sign of the Qixi City defense team. Do you know him? Yan Hao replied no. He pressed his lips, thinking to himself, Qixi City defense team, so that's a third. These people are rotten to the core. A while later Lam Tindung began announcing test results. Physical test results: rank 30 Zhang San 89 points, rank 29. 3 Ying Xin Hun 23 points, rank 2 Jin Ying Hun 35 points, rank. He called out Yao Hun 98 points. Upon hearing the result, Jin Ying, a senior researcher at Technical Intelligence, was ecstatic. I only came to try the test for fun. But this year's rookie is so strong, fascinating. I must study him closely. At that moment in the single dorm, Zhang Jin regretted, thinking he could have taken first place. The more he spoke the angrier he got. Who knew 2 more monsters would appear? And at that time a voice from the other side said, that if your brother didn't work as a dog for Green Vine, you wouldn't even qualify to take the exam. You only have one chance, so take care of it yourself. Hearing this, Zhang Jin clenched his fist. For my brother, I must get into Crimson Blood. Scene cut to the testing room, the Beast Core tester. Dean carefully explained the test was simple. You just need to wear this bracelet. He pointed at the bracelet and said to embed the Beast Core into this wrist armor for the test. He added that anyone with less than 40 compatibility with the Beast Core would be disqualified. And for those unclear, he briefly explained what a Beast Core is. An illustration appeared. Only beasts of hunter rank or above can produce Beast Chorus. The stronger the beast, the higher the quality of its core. And by embedding a core into beast gear, a warrior can use abilities like the beasts. He analyzed carefully that each person has different elemental compatibility and strength with a beast core. Depending on compatibility, it will awaken innate talents in the body with different attribute abilities, providing support or control. This wrist armor is the lowest grade beast gear, only for testing compatibility, and confers no special powers. Once you officially join the Special Response Unit, Crimson Blood, we will provide better cores and gear. Now Yongxin announced the Beast Core compatibility test begin. The red-haired guy stepped up, first grade D39 compatibility. On getting the result he complained, I'm 5th in stamina. Why is this test harder than the Beast gear exam? The judge called the next contestant, grade D56 compatibility. On hearing it he shouted with joy that he passed and could join Crimson Blood. Finally it was your turn, Zhang Jin. You re-up. A moment later Zhang Jin stepped forward, then angrily picked up that stone. He slammed it hard against the bracelet. He gritted his teeth and barked, take this. After a moment the result showed grade D60 compatibility. Everyone was surprised. The strongest of the new group had only 56, so this guy must be the strongest. He sneered, a bunch of trash, I'm the strongest of this batch. With that Zhang Jin strode away proudly. Over here Jin Ying asked curiously if he was from Redstone City, since she'd never heard of anyone as strong as him. She was sharp, as someone who knows everything in the Tech Intelligence Bureau. He shouldn't have escaped her notice. He's not simple. Jin Ying probed about the recent abnormal rise in red mist concentration in Redstone City, implying it might involve him. Yan Hao feigned ignorance, asking what she meant, claiming he didn't understand. Hearing that she didn't press further, whether he admitted it or not didn't matter, just knowing she was interested was enough. He then asked if Miss No, it all could help gather some information for him. Jin Ying was quick-witted and agreed, but said she had a condition. She pointed to the side and said that as long as his record surpasses hers, she'll tell him anything he wants to know. Jin Ying emphasized anything. At this point they finally called her name next. Jin Ying hearing that, Jin Ying ran up. Come here, she declared confidently. Everyone watch closely, I'll break Zhang Jin's record. Yan Hao felt doubtful. Could she really be that strong? Zhang Jin smirked beside him. What a joke. Jin Ying confidently picked up the stone, then she spun around once. Seconds later Jin Ying attached the stone to the wrist rail. Watch closely. After a moment the result appeared: grade D, 78 compatibility. Everyone was shocked. This result is impossible, never seen before. Is the machine faulty? Jin Ying beamed. She ran over to taunt C. I told you I'd break Zhang Jin's record. Zhang Jin was speechless. His eyes filled with rage. Besides Yan Hao, he wouldn't let this idiot off. Finally it was him, the last one. Yan Hao remained calm. Her strength seemed real. She really did know a lot. The girl beside her bragged excitedly, so, feeling the pressure yet, Yan Hao resolved inwardly that to get little Xu's clue he had to win. Then raised his hand. Watch closely. He analyzed seriously. According to Song Ru, my fighter level should be at least C, sir. This beast core's quality matches the one I absorbed before they were both black. With that he attached it. How compatible would it be? He raised his hand confidently. Come on, let's see my potential. Soon the result showed grade C. Everyone present was stunned. Grade C is up there. Usually only squad leaders reach that. But a second later the system issued a warning error. System fault checking compatibility of the beast core. Seeing this everyone grew more anxious. What about compatibility? What's happening? Yan Hao forced a smile. No, it's 0%. Zhang Jin burst out laughing. Useless trash. You talk big and it's hilarious. The beast core even rejected you. Yan Hao's face went dark. Then he anxiously stared at the wristband. Now Yan Hao realized, damn. He tried to endure it. Was his body forcibly consuming this beast core? Jin Ying rushed over in astonishment. 0% compatibility, never seen before. At worst it would be 1%. She looked excited. I'll record this. Old man will be very interested. He smirked smugly. That guy's beast core. A moment later Zhang Jin stepped forward, and the examiners noticed Yan Hao had secretly stolen the beast core. His core had vanished from his hand. He shouted in alarm, Yan Hao, raise your hands and show me your wrist armor and beast core. Seeing the empty wristband, Yang Xin became more certain. Where is your beast core? He barked. Yan Hao, hand it over now. Yan Hao was confused. This situation, I don't know why it's like this either. He sighed. You must explain immediately, or you'll all become a test subject. Finally Yan Hao decided to gamble. Beastification. Let's see the camouflage ability triggered by the beast core. In the blink of an eye his arm transformed. His face went pale. Damn it, what the hell is this? He shouted a warning from his side. Everyone be on guard, fall back. Jin Ying was intrigued. Could this really be beastification? Hearing that, Tring was a bit curious. Beastification. Is this guy contaminated? Yang Xin remained tense. Everyone stepped back. Cold sweat ran down his face. We can only deal with him here. The girl shouted loudly, Yan Hao, can you hear me? Yan Hao answered calmly, what's up? Yang Xin Prabad, are you not losing your mind? Hearing that he guessed, it seems to be the ability of this beast core. It's entered his body by itself. And then did this. Jin Ying eagerly hugged him. It's not losing control, this is a transformation ability. Wow, it's the first time we've discovered this. He explained, kid, you're very lucky. Beastification with autonomous recovery. I've never heard of it here. This is definitely a rare ability. Yan Hao asked curiously, what kind of person are you to know so much? She smiled brightly. I told you I'm a know-it-all. Deng Tin cut in. Her name is Jin Ying, a Crimson Blood candidate and a senior researcher at the Technical Intelligence Bureau. Her father, Major General Jin Anqing, heads the Redden Department. Jin Ying scolded, Instructor Lin, you leaked the secret and ruined my mystique. He changed the subject. Enough noise. Yan Hao, hand over the beast core. Yan Hao hesitated. Instructor Lin, I can't hand it over. Then he explained, this thing, it stays inside me and won't come out. Zhang Jin in the distance grit his teeth, the beast core already embedded in him. He schemed inwardly, must report to Green Vine quickly. This guy is a perfect test subject. Some time later, the radiation room. He was being re-examined. Even the scientist was shocked. Never seen this. How can a beast core live inside a human? Moreover, it seems fused with his body and can't be easily removed. Someone, alarmed, turned and asked Director Jin, what do you think? Director Jin smiled calculatingly. Jin Anqing, Major General and Deputy Head of the Technical Intelligence Bureau, worth studying. There are surely many secrets on him. Soon Yang Xin's voice rang out. Director Jin, what's the situation with this kid? What's going on? He replied brightly, what? Crimson Blood still sticking to that rigid rule, no recruits under 40 compatibility. Song Lion cut to the chase. Song Lion, Lieutenant General and Chief of Staff for the task force. Stop hinting. Old Jin, tell us what actually happened. He didn't mince words. The test device was developed by me and Green Vine. I know it better than anyone. It isn't 0%. The kid beside him urged, come on, Dad. Hurry up, I'm freaking out. What's wrong with him? Director Jin said gravely, it's beyond the machine's detection range. His compatibility is unprecedented. Hearing this, Song Lion's face darkened. It exceeds the theoretical maximum we set 100%. He then left Yang Xin. Follow me immediately. Understood. Yan Ho lay in the machine, pondering as the crystal changed from black to red. Was it because he absorbed that small beast core? He smiled smugly. Earlier I absorbed the core of a sovereign-level insect, stole its ability, and activated the core trait in mess. This time absorbing a low-grade beast core gave no new power, but it did strengthen my crystal core. Yan Hao understood better than anyone that the crystal core's purity improved, its color shifting from deep black to reddish copper, total red mist reserves rising. Red mist absorption efficiency increasing, meaning the stronger the anomalous beast, the stronger he'll become after absorption. The dull brown red looked like aged rust with dark impurity specks. As long as he kept seizing beasts, he could evolve indefinitely. Scene changes. Special response team, Crimson Blood headquarters. Song Rui loudly demanded. Yan Hao was brought here by you. What's wrong with letting him join my team? Song Lion reminded her. Captain Song Rui, watch your status and manner of address. And aren't you paying too much attention to that C-grade rookie? She tried to persuade it. Father, I promised to put him on my team. You can't make me a military who breaks promises. But he countered. A soldier's duty is to the nation, not to individuals. Yan Hao has joined Yongxin's team, and that cannot change. At this, Song Lion glanced subtly. She's a squad leader of Crimson Blood. Would she really compete with him? Return to your position, that's an order. In the end, Song Rui could only accept understood, though she wouldn't give up and would find another way. Meanwhile, at the Crimson Blood barracks, in the lounge, a voice called out. Yan Hao, big news. Jinying ran over excitedly. A newly discovered monster den between Hu City and Redstone City will send Crimson Blood rookies to scout it. I asked Instructor Lin to let our group form a team. Yan Hao turned back suspiciously. Yan Hao, C-grade, Crimson Blood Special Response Team, member of Yongxin's squad. A while later, Yongxin briefed them. Mission is to recon and assess threat level. Stay alert. Though it's a low-level den, it can be altered by the red mist. Hearing this, Jinying beamed. Jinying, D-grade, senior researcher at the Technical Intelligence Bureau. Crimson Blood, member of Yongxin's squad. Data collection is my specialty. Don't worry, I will protect you. They soon reached the site. A monster den. Threat levels are divided into 4 tiers: low, medium, high, and extreme, and there are many subtype forms. On the way, Jinying explained the low-level den we'll enter is a hive-type, simple external structure, but complex inner tunnels. Worst of all, a swarm of stinging bees with many worker bees, and a few soldier bees. Hearing that, Yan Hao asked curiously whether one person could handle a wasp nest, and why it required 3 armored vehicles. At that moment, Jinying was about to ramble that these armored hornets aren't little honeybees. When he cut in, looks like there's something ahead. Upon seeing it, his face darkened. He muttered in amazement, so this bee is that big? No wonder it's an armored hornet, not a honeybee. He quickly turned the vehicle. Unnamed, full patrol team, low-tier soldiers, current special response, support troops. Hold tight. Countless venomous stingers rained down toward them. Now Jinying warned, not good. This is the hornet's sting attack. Our armored vehicle can't withstand it. Yan Hao quickly used his power. Leave the outer swarm to me. I'll test this new move I've developed. But very soon he couldn't hold them back. While defending, he instructed, find cover and fortify. I'll go and return shortly. With that, he leaped up to attack them. Those who witnessed it were shocked. What is that ability, turning gates into weapons? Jinying smirked. It's a transformation ability. During the exam he absorbed a beast core. The kid excitedly explained. I thought he could only transform himself. But he can also apply that transformation ability to other objects. So he can turn anything into a weapon. It's amazing. I must record his combat data and study it thoroughly. Outside, he was still fighting the venomous bees. Then a green beam of force pierced Yan Hao's weapon. Green. What the hell is that? He watched anxiously. This is stronger than the hornet stings. Can penetrate his defenses. Must find where it's fired from or it will wear him down. He warned without forgetting, there's another enemy. Unknown attack source. Jinying, be careful, find cover. The kid quickly hid. Get behind that rock. He charged forward with his gun. Hornet's fear fired. Jinying shouted to stop him. Don't go out. No sooner had she spoken than the beam shot again, piercing Yan Hao's weapon. Then suddenly his whole body burst into flame. But luckily Yan Hao was fine. Jinying, where did those green spikes come from? The kid explained quickly. It's a hound, grade queen bee. The tail stings. Venom can corrode C-grade armor and below. Queen hound venomized armor, usually in mid-level dens if it's hound grade. The intel is wrong. This isn't a low-level den. He rushed up and said, help me deal with these rear-tier worker bees. I'm going after that queen. Jinying released her power in response. A god. Seconds later she used her skill. Jinying, D-rank, elemental type, basic wind power gale. Powerful gusts blew the venomous bees away as the wind rose. Yan Hao was aiming at the leader. He frowned slightly. Got you. The force he generated was considerable. Yan Hao pulled out a piece of cloth. Moments later it transformed into a weapon. This shape is nearly right. He stomped the ground hard, cracking the earth. Then Yan Hao assumed a combat stance. In an instant he threw the weapon at the venomous queen. Go. The iron bar sped toward it. It pierced the queen's abdomen. Direct hit. But it was unharmed. Wait. Impossible. Shot clean through a vital spot, and yet it behaved as if nothing happened. Witnessing this, Jinying was puzzled. How can a hound grade creature be this strong? Could it be because... Thinking that, the kid ran over Yan Hao. Don't let it escape. Jinying realized quickly, it's about to rank up to sovereign. Yan Hao collapsed warily on the ground. Let it go. I've done my best. He regretted a bit that without red mist to replenish, his energy had drained instantly. He should have saved some for the queen. Jinying propped herself up. Are you trying to fool me with that pout? Do you expect this young lady to give you mouth to mouth? Hearing that he sat up. I'm not interested in kids. Offended, the kid retorted, who's being childish? Jinying handed him a chocolate bar. Eat this first, then rest. Yan Hao clarified he's simply exhausted, not hungry. Now reinforcements had returned. Yan Hao, are you two okay? He answered, we refine. Let's clear the battlefield and set up a temporary perimeter. This must be reported urgently. I've already reported. They were now observing the nest. The kid measured carefully. Red mist concentration in the den is still low, so we can enter with protective suits. Yan Hao asked curiously if they wouldn't wait for reinforcements. Jinying confidently said the queen is wounded. It's a good chance to gather data and kill her. And the den's threat level has risen to mid-high. Success would mean completing a mission beyond their rank and gaining substantial rewards. Scene change. A Special Response Unit Headquarters, Chief of Staff's office. Director Tong analyzed the situation. Currently there's major disagreement among senior leaders. Not only do some hope he can become a high-level combat asset, others want to use him as a test subject for a bunch of mad scientists. He stressed particularly Yan Hao is very special. Make sure to keep a close eye on him. They had barely finished when they received urgent news. Take it immediately. Yongxin shouted in alarm. What did you say? The den Yan Hao's team found rose from low to high danger, and Yan Hao and Jinying have already gone in. He was furious. This is chaos. Song Lion soothed him, saying Jinying may look reckless but is cautious and wouldn't be rash as something's odd. She ordered quickly deploy the nearest Crimson Blood as support. Song Rui lead the team and depart immediately. Primary objective, ensure Jinying and Yan Hao's safety. For secondary, destroy the monster nest. Seconds later Yang Zhai appeared reporting in Yongxin. Surprised, weren't you supposed to be at the hospital? Song Lion explained. Now Yongxin, I'll let your brother continue following Tong Nu. Is that okay? Then she turned and ordered Law Mem and Yongji, report to Captain Tong Nu immediately and serve as deputy. This is an order. He responded briskly. Understood. Tar Yongxin realized then that she had arranged for him to be placed with Song Ru before. Moments later Song Lion raised her hand and commanded, go. Nah, though I don't know why you re concerned about Yan Hao. This is all your father can do. Back with Yan Hao he tried to reassure, it's just Jinying and Mer as Crimson Blood. We have combat suits that can resist red mist. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Jinying was still measuring energy readings. Haven't changed much. The kid analyzed seriously, but once the queen evolved into a sovereign grade B, the difficulty of subduing the den will increase greatly. At that moment he suddenly shouted, stop. The sovereign suddenly appeared. Jinying exclaimed, it's a mutated venom. Armored queen. Judging by size and the tail mouth, it's sovereign grade. The kid's face darkened. It really evolved. How did this happen? Low red mist concentration shouldn't have supported such rapid growth. Jinying watched carefully. Moreover, the other scout grade venom bees have also been enhanced. Seconds later she discovered the red mist level had far exceeded the warning threshold. Why didn't the analyzer alarm? Yan Hao turned back in puzzlement. Jinying, the kid analyzed seriously. Furthermore, the protective suits have been tampered with. Their resistance to red mist is weakened. There's a mole in Crimson Blood. At that moment countless venomous stingers were fired. He grabbed Jinying and ran back. Retreat. Internally Yan Hao was secretly pleased. He'd been upset about lack of red mist. Now it's practically handed to him. But first he had to secure Jinying, otherwise he couldn't fight confidently with this position. After running a bit he used a rock as a shield. Then he instructed, hide here. This spot is sheltered and ventilated. You can hold out for a while. Saying that, Yan Hao reminded her, Jinying, contact headquarters, request reinforcements and prepare protective suits. I'll go block them. The kid smiled confidently. Leave it to this young lady. I'll send them the latest data from the monster den. After a while Jinying suddenly called Yan Hao. The kid warned seriously, if you don't come back, even if I go to hell, I'll never forgive you. He grinned confidently and left. Don't worry, I'll definitely return. Not long after Yan Hao stood before the queen bee, he clenched his fist with resolve. I've absorbed enough energy time to protect someone important. A scout, grade mutated venom, armored queen of sovereign rank this time. Like my promise to little Xu. Yan Hao formed a red sphere. Come on, I absolutely won't fail. The venomous bees were lying in wait for Yan Hao. He calculated carefully that sovereign grade armored bug's energy cannon. My remaining red mist energy is only enough for one shot. I must not fail. Seconds later he reached back, focused, and began to condense. Then he fired at them and it detonated crimson condensation blast. The move created a massive explosion. It shattered the entire hive. As the dust cleared he wondered, did it work? But soon Yan Hao noticed the red mist. That attack had no effect on them at all. He tensed. No way. 3 minutes earlier Jinying was repairing. Indeed the analyzer had been tampered with. After a while it was finally done and okay. Now it should read red mist levels normally. Immediately it alarmed danger, red mist concentration exceeded limits. Why is this number so high? It's twice the warning level. At that moment a strong gust blew in. The kid realized there was an explosion outside. Jinying looked tenser. It's bad. The blast made the red mist even denser. The kid observed carefully. By absorbing high concentration red mist, these swarms could evolve rapidly. Hound, grade venom. Armored beasts, even the lowest scouts have evolved into hounds. Meanwhile Yan Hao was still fighting. But it was useless. Damn. The more he fought the stronger they became. He was driven back despite the surrounding red mist. His replenishment rate couldn't keep up with consumption. At that moment Yan Hao could only try to hold on. If this continued he'd be completely exhausted. Jinying saw immediately. Yan Hao, can you endure it? The kid watched closely. Wait, his neck. It's a symptom of red mist intrusion. His protective suit must have been tampered with too. Then Jinying raised the device. Seeing the numbers she worried. They're still rising. He's about to lose control. Without hesitation Jinying used her power. We must blow the red mist away from Yan Hao first. In an instant she unleashed her move wind pressure shot. The attack flew straight toward Yan Hao. Jinying signaled with her hand now. Then she pressed down, detonating it. The wind blew the red mist away. He froze. Yan Hao's face went blank. Who blew the red mist away? My power was interrupted. The remaining venomous bees also froze. After a moment they launched a fierce attack. Yan Hao's reflexes were quick so he blocked it. He also realized the stinger's venom causes paralysis. Soon another wave of attacks came. Yan Hao turned back anxiously. Not good, can't dodge in time. At that moment Yang Zi appeared like a hero. He directly took the hit. He was astonished. Deputy Officer Lam. Yang Zi warned seriously. Lam Yang Zi, C rank power type, basic ability body enhancement, derivative ability petrification, hypersensation, beast core, electric, shock, sovereign. The battle isn't over. Focus. The venomous swarm surrounded them. Seconds later they were shot down. The one who arrived was Song Ru, C rank, element type, basic ability electromagnetism, derivative, thunder strike, electromagnetic cannon, iron sand, infiltration, magnetization, beast core, eel, grade, colossal beast. Seeing her he asked curiously, Captain Tong, why are you here? Song Rui replied calmly, we received orders from headquarters, we're here to support you. She then loudly ordered full team attack, wipe out these pests. They charged at the order Roger. After a while Song Rui directed them, Team A use high heat to suppress the front, Team B provide fire cover in the middle. Seeing Yan Hao and Yang Ji, she said, Deputy Lam, you and Yan Hao fall back to rest and regroup. He obeyed and left at once. Understood, Captain Tong. Meanwhile the Queen Stinger suddenly glowed. Then it fired straight at Yan Hao. What is that? Too fast, Deputy Lam, watch out. Song Rui aimed and warned, don't look back, keep running. It's sovereign rank, it has to use that move. She fired electromagnetic annihilation. Song Rui's attack intercepted it directly, creating a high voltage electromagnetic field. When the two forces collided the Queen's attack vanished, destroying and paralyzing everything in range. Witnessing this everyone was excited. Look, Captain Tong's attack hit something. Wait, that form, it's the sovereign grade Queen mentioned in the intel researcher Kim sent us. To everyone's surprise it fled upward to it's been paralyzed by me and can't go far. Clear the surrounding swarm and prioritize rescue. Roger. Only now did Yan Hao realize so Song Rui is that strong. He smirked. Last time in Redstone City she didn't bring combat gear or wear protective combat armor, so couldn't go all out. Now she asked where's Jin Ying. He pointed immediately. She's over there, near the ice block. Moments later Song Ru stepped forward annoyed. If you were 10 minutes later we'd be burying this young lady. Miss Kim. Remember to treat me to a meal when we return. You still owe me for rescuing you last time. While they were talking Captain Tong said the top priority rescue of the injured is complete. Next, eliminate the swarm and remove this hive's threat. He left, and quietly took the chance to absorb some red mist energy. Then he absorbed red mist. The earlier mist cannon couldn't finish off the Queen. He had to try again. After a while Yan Hao finally exhaled, replenishment complete. He then spun around. His expression froze. What is that? Jin Ying now realized it had absorbed all the red mist from the hive. The kid observed this posture, trying to rank up. Impossible, didn't it just become sovereign rank? Soon the device warned danger. Red mist level about to break level 400. Jin Ying guessed where this mist came from. Could the hive's rank actually be higher? The venomous queen opened its mouth and growled. Moments later countless other venomous bees appeared. Captain Tong, swarms of hound grade bees are emerging behind us. Yan Hao charged forward. Everyone handle the swarms, I have a way to deal with the queen. Song Rui quickly ordered everyone, attack the swarms and cover Yan Hao. Roger. Yan Hao rushed at it. It must be dealt with thoroughly, or everyone will die here. Then he launched a barrage of attacks. Yan Hao realized claws alone won't be enough. The red power gathered and flew straight at it. Crimson condensation blast. The move created a huge explosion. Yan Hao looked puzzled. Did it work? Soon a beam of energy shot across. It lunged at him, but Yan Hao nimbly dodged. Bombing energy alone still couldn't deal a killing blow. He needed a handy weapon. He froze the queen's sharp barb had beastified and coiled. Yan Hao made a bold decision and wrapped all remaining red mist energy around it. Then he immediately closed in on it. Yan Hao's weapon was enveloped in a red aura. He thought, if you gave me a weapon, I'll prepare a gift in return. Seconds later, Yan Hao struck with full force crimson slaughter. The blow cleaved the queen in two. Bang, the smoke and dust flew everywhere. Its crystal appeared. Yan Hao recognized at a glance it's a sovereign-grade beast core. He happily took it. IV got it. But its power was uncontrollable. The energy was so strong it instantly filled the crystal core within his body. In the end, he collapsed to the ground, unable to hold on. The remaining venomous bees were also wiped out. Song Rui's team realized, Captain, the swarms are eliminated, but they suddenly seem weaker. Go assist Yan Hao at once. She glanced and saw him unconscious on the ground. Song Rui shouted in alarm, Yan Hao. Jin Ying checked briefly. His heart rate is too fast. Neural signals disrupted. She basically identified the problem. He was overexposed to the red mist and may lose his mind. Song Rui ordered immediately. Deputy Lam, use the mobile medical cabin to block neural transmission. Yang Ji complied. Roger. The vehicle is in the area. The temporary camp outside the beast hive. Nameless was a bit worried. Deputy Lam, Brother Yan, what's wrong with him? Will he be okay? He reassured his subordinates. He'll be fine for now. Song Rui trusted the kid's skills. Jin Ying, you're a professional tech. Adjusting the parameters and monitoring the medical cabin is yours. Jin Ying agreed. Got it. System report. Medical cabin activated. Begin injecting anesthetic into the chamber. Jin Ying advised, this can only suppress temporarily. We must return to headquarters quickly for treatment. She agreed. Understood. The dark mind is controlling Yan Hao. Give me your body and cling to the beast transformation. Yan Hao felt suffocated. Am I about to die? All his memories surfaced. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. Little Tsu. Yan Hao seemed to give up. It's all over. Father solemnly instructed, take good care of your sister. Survive. Mother hopes it too. Son, you must live. Little Xu pleaded urgently, please promise me you'll come back safe. Thinking of her change, Yan Hao. Little Xu is still waiting. Everyone was worried for him. Yan Hao, you real warrior. The fight isn't over. Focus, Brother Yan. You can do a third. This lady won't allow you to give up. Wake up, wake up. Yan Hao couldn't give up. Everyone's waiting. No, it's not over. I must survive. He struggled to break the chains. I must find Little Xu, protect everyone I care about. I absolutely cannot fall here. Yan Hao was no longer controlled. This isn't just my responsibility. It's yours too. His dark mind was pulled back. Come back. Everyone is waiting for us. Yan Hao calmed. The price. This is the cost of getting stronger. Every breakthrough feels like dancing on the abyss's edge. Wait, why can't I open my eyes or move my body? A sudden sandstorm reduced the vehicle's speed. Nameless reported immediately, the sandstorm is so fierce I can't see the road. Continuing to drive is too dangerous. Yang Ji found a safe location. Captain Tong, there's ancient city ruins 3 kilometers away. Should we take shelter there? Song Rui didn't dare decide alone. Jin Ying, how is Yan Hao now? Jin Ying used tech to confirm his vital signs are temporarily stable, but consciousness hasn't recovered. She no longer hesitated. Deputy Lam, move into the ruins and tell the following vehicles to follow. The vehicles struggled to reach the building. Song Rui told the team disembark and rest. She's experienced. Jin Ying, something's off here. Scan the environment for structural stability, red mist concentration, and thermal source signals. Jin Ying began measurements. Understood. Song Rui ordered subordinates protect him well. This is headquarters' top priority. Everyone obeyed. Roger. Some bandits appeared on the building's second floor. Many arrows were fired at Yang Ji. He warned his subordinates, ambush, find cover. The girl quickly realized the arrows were coated with venomous bee secretion. Song Rui, worried about everyone, didn't notice the danger overhead and moved aside. She urgently kicked the box holding Yan Hao to one side. Song Rui narrowly avoided a giant rock. Yang Zi ran to shield the girl. Thug Xiao Wong carefully kicked it to shatter. The leader ordered his men, don't let them escape, capture them all. The bandits were pleased. First, taste this. Song Rui didn't understand what was happening. What is that? She hurriedly pinched her nose. Dangerous. This is secretion from a sovereign-grade mutant beast. The gas causes paralysis. The bandits grew more ferocious. Go, wipe them out. The bald one lunged at Song Rui. Girl, hand over all the valuable. She unleashed a lightning strike. Get lost. He was slammed into the wall. Song Rui saw the metal box being dragged away. She fell to the ground. Damn, my body is numb. Brown hair didn't want to waste time. Hooked it. Pull it up quickly. Green hair affirmed boldly, these guys are risking their lives to protect that metal box. There must be treasure inside. Jin Ying forbade them from moving. Yan Hao, don't touch him. An arrow pierced the girl's leg. Jin Ying sank to her knee helplessly. Yan Hao. It seemed the power in his body had returned. Jin Ying couldn't wait any longer. Move, save Yan Hao. Song Rui felt self-loathing. Hold back a bit, don't talk. Not only was Yan Hao taken, but Jin Ying was hurt too. What a failure. She snapped off the tip of an arrow. Song Rui gently advised, for now this is all we can do, don't struggle. She was curious. The bandits ambushed us before we arrived. Strange. How did they know our movements? Yang Zi reported preliminary findings. Captain Tong, the scene is cleared. Most refugees and bandits fled during the poisoning. I tracked the bandits' likely direction. A severe sandstorm outside prevents moving. Yan Hao on the surface. They probably went below. He reported a suspicious spot. We found an abandoned elevator shaft that may lead to their lair. Song Rui signaled assemble immediately. She outlined the rescue plan, then engaged. The humans' objective is to retrieve Yan Hao. Team A block exits and protect Jin Ying. Deputy Lam and Team B follow me down. Song Rui forbade abandoning the mission. Success only, no failure. Subordinates shouted in unison. Roger. Nameless insisted on taking the mission. Captain Tong, let me come. She refused. No, you are not a warrior and the situation below is unknown. You and Jin Ying stay with Team A, they'll all protect you. He persisted. Yan Hao is a good brother to me. He once saved me. Now he's in danger. How can I sit idly by? Song Rui had to permit it. Fine, follow behind me. Don't get separated. Nameless loudly replied. Roger. The bandits chatted excitedly. This metal coffin is heavy. What's inside? Who cares if it can be hidden in an armored vehicle? It's good loot. The leader brought an axe. Everyone clear out. He tried to smash the metal box with an axe. Unexpectedly, the leader's weapon was chipped. He couldn't do more. Damn. This thing is harder than a safe. Crowbars and hammers broke, but it didn't budge. The blonde suddenly raised his hand. Let me open it. But lower me down. The leader opposed the kid's plan. Nonsense. There's only a death trap below. 3 went down before and never returned. Both bandits sneered. Brat, dreaming. Even a rat wouldn't survive down there. The blonde still wanted to try. I've seen it. There's a key to open it. Let's bet on it. He angrily grabbed the blonde by the collar. Who do you think you are? The blonde wasn't afraid. If you can open it, free med. If not, do whatever you want with my ass. The leader warned. If you pull a stunt, I'll gut you. Yan Hao couldn't open his eyes now, though he didn't know what happened after he lost control. He was likely in the enemy's lair. He had become more sensitive after his crystal core upgraded, his perception greatly enhanced. Able to sense the surrounding environment and deep underground. From the system, Yan Hao learned more and could sense his body status. Crystal core level, rust red color, red mist reserve 67%, abilities evolution, bestialation claws, beast bind, power seize, red mist bomb. Venom gland. I guess the gland came from the queen bee. The kid dragged everyone to the skeletons. It's here. The leader grew wary. Don't try anything, kid. The blonde pointed at a fang. The key is this. He ordered. Bring the metal box here. Before the leader could act, the metal box exploded. Brat. Hope this works, or else. The bald one peered curiously. Boss, the box opened itself. Yan Hao suddenly released poisonous gas, the venom gland. The bald man had no time to panic. It's poisonous. He praised the toxin. Not bad. Used as a support skill to control the situation, it's quite useful. The leader began to speculate. There's actually someone inside. Could it be? He drew wild conclusions. Did you let us take it on purpose, so you'd sneak into our lair? Yan Hao ignored him. What nonsense are you spouting? The leader pounded his chest proudly. I used to be a D-rank soldier. I'd crush some random punk like you like an ant. He angrily moved to strike. Dare play tricks with me, die for me. Yan Hao felt insulted. D-rank. The system activated the skill. The venom gland triggered. He punched the leader straight in the face, just like that. The leader was knocked flying in an instant. Yan Hao glanced to the side. He asked the blonde, you want to try too? Yan Hao had no interest in teasing the kid. Passed out. He was astonished at the rare sight. So many mutant beast bones in this place. Yan Hao analyzed the traces. The skeletons bore wounds. These beasts didn't die naturally, but were driven here to kill each other. Like a Roman arena. He easily detected the electromagnetic hum of the main node audible from 10 floors away. Yan Hao could only smile wryly. This girl is still so hot-headed. The bandits kept firing. They panicked, utterly petrified. Damn, their bullets can't penetrate this person. Yang Zi delivered a kick to a bandit's face. He reported progress. Captain Tong, the area is secured. Yan Hao still hasn't been found. Song Rui ordered a thorough search. Keep looking. Nothing escapes Yang Zi's eye. Claw marks of mutant beasts. Everywhere it seems something secret is being hidden here. Nameless updated Captain Tong, the detector Mez. Kim gave me found Yan Hao right below. She worriedly asked, what's wrong? He panicked, and the signal suddenly vanished. Song Rui couldn't stay calm. This is bad. The medical bay may have been destroyed. Yan Hao is in danger. Yan Hao reappeared with blonde hair. Is everyone okay? Everyone was stunned. Yan Hao. Yang Zi wanted to know his condition. Yan Hao, are you okay? Yan Hao reassured in time. I'm fine now. Song Rui couldn't help but wonder what was happening below. He guessed from some details that below was likely an abandoned beast arena. Yang Zi suggested, Captain Tong, should we investigate this a bit? She refused to decide. Hastily withdraw first. We'll investigate after returning. Nameless was puzzled. Yan Hao, this kid. Only now Yan Hao remembered him. He tossed the blonde aside. The kid was armed. Go die. The blonde charged straight at Yan Hao. System alert, localized beast transformation scale armor. Yan Hao crushed the sword. You want to die? The kid kept cursing. You soldiers are all bastards. The blonde didn't want to suffer. Die. Ask me. Go. He immediately realized these are symptoms of red mist infection. Nameless saw a paper fall from the kid. He read it and froze a Team 7 Redstone Patrol. Ashuo, this is a certificate, he's my comrade. Song Rui analyzed carefully. The person in the photo is much older, but their eyebrows look very similar, maybe they were brothers. She decided to help first. The child's condition is unstable, bring him for treatment, investigate later. Yanhao thought his contamination seemed early stage. Nameless carried the blonde on his back. Roger. He acted immediately. If I siphon the red mist energy from him, he might still be saved. At the Rendezvous Special Response Hu City, Crimson Blood Barracks. Guards rushed in with info. They were back. Report to Lunan Jiang immediately. Subordinates ran off. Roger. Song Rui assigned Yongji a task. Deputy Gon Lam, take Jin Yang to treatment immediately. He agreed. Roger. Soldiers blocked Yanhao and Nameless. What are you doing? Sorry sirs, under the latest epidemic rules, anyone returning from the red mist area at high risk must be quarantined immediately. He couldn't understand why wasn't this rule in place before. The soldiers followed orders. It's a superior's command. Please cooperate by removing all clothes for disinfection and full inspection. Song Rui angrily defended her people who issued this superior order. I'm their commander. Song Rui, bring your superior to me at once. This confused him. Zhang Jin shouted angrily, who deliberately refused to cooperate with the check. He was surprised it turned out to be Captain Tong. Misunderstanding. Why did Song Rui return with Yanhao like this? She asked bluntly. Did you order the logistics soldiers to do this? Zhang Jin gave a proper reason. I'm responsible for newcomers, quarantine safety. Captain Tong and researcher Kim are veterans of the Special Response Unit, so they don't need our checks. He insisted. Yanhao, comply. Yanhao, this is for the camp's benefit. Please cooperate. Song Rui flatly refused. No. Her whole demeanor radiated killing intent. Who do you think you are? In this place you have no say, which scared Zhang Jin me. Song Rui simply didn't care. Ignore him. You won't let them go. Wait. Zhang Jin pointed at the blonde. You planning to bring this filthy thing into the barracks? Nameless stepped in. Hey kid, he's not filth. He's my comrade's brother. You openly ordered your subordinates. He's from the patrol team. Trash, should be thrown in the dump. Seize him. He was furious. Yu Zhang Jin flushed with anger. What? Do you want to defy military orders? She couldn't hold back any longer. Zhang Jin, you. System power activated. Venom gland. Yanhao remained extremely calm. Leave it to me. He placed a hand on Zhang Jin's shoulder. Zhang Jin, remove your hand. You've fallen into a trap. You trying to resist. He couldn't stay calm. This is poison. Since when? Yanhao didn't want to argue. I know you don't like me, but your behavior is truly contemptible. Take your hand away while you still can. He indeed knew how to deal with Zhang Jin. Look. After a few words, you already worn out. He collapsed to the ground. You. Yanhao kindly called for help. Your new squad leader looks tired. Take him back to rest. The soldiers had no doubts. Yes, sir. A subordinate moved to support Zhang Jin's squad leader. Are you okay? He vowed inwardly. Yanhao, this time consider yourself marked. Just wait. Song Rui didn't know about the new skill. What did you do? He boldly assured. Don't worry. Just keep him in bed for 2 days. In the treatment lab, Jinying was passionate about his work. My combat suit was coated with a chronic corrosive, and after exposure to high red mist concentration its protection failed. Song Lion learned the situation was complex, with a mole who didn't want Jinyan to return alive. He gave a special warning. Yanhao, you're also a target. Yanhao blamed himself. Chief of staff, I think their ultimate target was me, and Jinyang was implicated because of me. Song Lion didn't want further trouble, so until this is resolved, both of you are suspended from field duty. Director Jin was displeased. Old Tong, it seems headquarters has a sore spot to deal with. Please send someone reliable to protect my daughter and Yanhao. If another mistake happens, neither you nor I can bear it. He agreed with the view. Understood. Song Lion asked Song Rui to note Noonhai. During this time your top priority is ensuring their absolute safety. She obeyed her father's order. I understand, father. A few days later he sat in a corner dejected. Yanhao felt powerless. Field operations suspended. A mole in the army. Zhang Jin from the city defense team. A Shuo from the patrol. What will happen next? Nameless suddenly came to see him. Sergeant Yan. Yanhao lazily replied, what's up? Anything. He revealed secret information. While checking the boy, I found a photo of the girl and it looks a lot like your sister. Yanhao's expression changed. Are you serious? Nameless panicked and cried out, Sergeant, it's about to break. My hand's going to break. Nameless asked anxiously about the condition. Doctor, how is he doing? The doctor, holding the report, confirmed his current condition is stable but needs further monitoring. When he first arrived the infection was severe. So why has it suddenly eased so much these past few days? Yanhao suddenly stepped closer, surprising the doctor. What did you do? He remained calm. Sorry doctor, the next step is an internal investigation by Crimson Blood. Please step aside. The doctor had to leave but kept warning, I know he's a thief, but his infection symptoms have eased. This is unusual. I hope you won't. Yanhao agreed with the doctor. I know. He thought inwardly that he had removed the red, mist layer from the boy. Yan Hao held the photo and stared, quietly calling the name Little Xu. Though tied up, the kid still tried to grab the photo back. What are you doing? That's my brother's. He didn't care, only wanting needed info. Where did you see this girl? I had to answer Yan Hao about half a year ago, when I went to the refugee resettlement area. Yan Hao asked again, where is she now? Alai replied, I don't know. The kid kept repeating, losing control. They didn't see her anymore. Didn't see her. My brother too. He told me to wait in the city. Said he'd return right away. Seeing Alai reminded him of Little Xua. I'll come back for you, okay? She clung to Yan Hao's coat anxiously. We must go back there. They had promised each other they'd come back for her. Nameless spoke up. Surgeon. A Shua was sent to move refugees, then reassigned mid-transfer and disappeared. Yan Hao wondered why he'd been given a new task during the mission. No one is sure. We'd need the mission records to know. Seeing Yan Hao draw all the red streaks from the blonde, Nameless hesitated. Surgeon, are you? He put a hand to his mouth to signal, don't tell anyone about this. After that, Nameless realized many things. No wonder the infection improved. Yan Hao proposed to Alai, we'll help you find your brother. But you must tell me everything about you, and the girl in the photo from 6 months ago. The kid couldn't fully trust him. If I tell you about her, will you really help find my brother? He said seriously, you can try trusting me. The blonde asked again, what did you do to me? But Yan Hao changed the subject. I think this will help both of us. Alai went along and began to tell it to her. Right, 6 months ago. Time passed elsewhere, mess hall at the barracks. Nameless sat eating with Yan Hao and asked Surgeon, do you really want to go back? He replied calmly and firmly, of course. Little Xu has been missing over 6 months. I can't wait any longer. But Nameless complained, what about Captain Tong? She said there's a mole in the army wanting to harm you. So she told me to follow you and report any information to her. Hearing that, his gaze turned cold. My goal is Little Xu. No one can stop me. Song Ru from behind retorted, who would try to stop you? Nameless asked after her. Ms. Kim, is your leg okay? Yes, Jin Ying chimed in cheerfully. Crimson Blood's top-notch treatment is amazing. Song Rui requested, let's go somewhere else. This isn't a good place to talk. The four moved to a small meeting room. Yan Hao spoke first, asking bluntly, how did you find out? Jin Ying smugly showed the screen the camera. Nameless was startled. Ms. Kim, so you've been watching us all along? She wasn't too bothered. Why does that sound so rude? Jin Ying explained sheepishly, my sister was protecting everyone. See, there's an internal issue and people could be kidnapped unexpectedly. Song Ru coldly stated the truth. I told Jin Ying to extract that camera footage after you left. The doctor came to me and explained the situation. She looked at Yan Hao sincerely. Yan Hao, I won't stop you. I said I'd help, so I hope you can trust me. Yan Hao still didn't know what to do. Captain Tong. Jin Ying quickly waved his hand and said playfully, me too, trust me more. Didn't you say you wanted to handle this? I have unique methods. He refused to be outdone and declared boldly, Sergeant, me too, I will always support you. Song Rui grew calmer and asked about Yan Hao's plan. So, Yan Hao, what do you intend to do next? Could you explain it to everyone? Moved by their sincerity, Yan Hao agreed. All right. Scene shifts to a ruined city, the outskirts of Redstone City. In a small area, someone gave an order. Zhang Shui replied fluently, nowhere to hide. Then he was allowed in. Zhang Shui hurriedly entered and got to the point, I urgently need to see Mr. Hong. The mysterious man refused. Mr. Hong has no time. Zhang Shu then mentioned Yan Hao. It's about Yan Hao. He's rushing from Hu City to Redstone City. Hearing that, the mysterious man took out his phone and reported, Mr. Hong, there's news about Yan Hao. Zhang Shu felt extremely pleased inside. Yan Hao, you redone for. Days later at the Redstone City outskirts checkpoint. The place was in chaos. What you doing? What do you want? Demanded the city defense team. Every vehicle must be inspected. Roll down the window so I can see your face. What's your name? What are you doing here? Song Rui in the car found it strange. What are the city defense members doing? The order's a mess. Nameless agreed mockingly, like they've seen a ghost. I've never seen them guard a city so vigorously. The mood in the car stayed calm. Yan Hao praised the vehicle. This car is nice, so you like this? Song Rui answered, it's not a military mission. So I can't use a military vehicle. My personal car is more discreet. Jin Ying wasn't coming this time. He asked with concern. Kim stay at headquarters alone. Song Rui reassured him, I've arranged it. I've asked Deputy Guanlam to look after her. It should be fine. Yan Hao added, Jin Ying said she has special means to help my investigation that only headquarters can deploy, so she stayed. She agreed with Yan Hao. Jin Ying can also support us remotely via military comms. Someone approached and knocked on Song Rui's car to check security. The lookout above shouted an alarm, abnormal beasts attacking 1 kilometer out. From afar, countless ravenous wolves charged iron-backed wolves. They panicked and fled. Crap, retreat quickly. Song Rui was indignant, these bastards blocking people here and leaving them. Yan Hao stepped out, confident, let me handle this. The rabid wolves surged forward in a pack. People scattered, crying desperately for help. Save us, save us. Yan Hao arrived and quickly took down one of the civilians. Were stunned into silence. He said coldly, run if you want to live. The wolves bared their teeth and lunged, ferocious, steel-jawed beasts. They attacked in mass. But Yan Hao remained composed. He knew this scene well. Images from his past flashed vividly through his mind. Yan Hao was no longer the same. He easily felled them. We won't let this happen again. The fleeing soldiers couldn't believe their eyes. What kind of monster is he? In a moment he wiped out the beasts. One man waved and ordered, notify Captain Zhang he's arrived in Redstone City. Another hurried off, yes sir. After finishing, Yan Hao returned to the group, composed. Nameless snapped his fingers, praising, he's so stern, no wonder he's a crimson blood warrior. Song Rui folded her arms, leave the rest to me. She called out loudly to the nearby defenders, hey, defenders of the city team over there. Song Rui solemnly showed her badge. I'm Song Rui, squad leader of Crimson Blood Special Response. I order you to stop inspecting and let the civilians into the city. They had to complete. Yes, ma'am. Finally their car passed through easily. Yan Hao said suspiciously that the checkpoint search earlier felt like it had another motive. Song Rui also felt it odd. What do you think? He asked thoughtfully. It feels like they were looking for someone. But Yan Hao brushed it off to focus on the main task. The urgent thing now is to immediately investigate Ashua's mission files. Their car then stopped at a building, the Redstone City Defense Headquarters. Nameless and Yan Hao took the assignment in the records room. He ran his hand over each file. The patrol team's mission files were all here. The more Yan Hao checked, the more horrified he became. None of these are it. Why can't we find Ashua's file? Song Rui, working on the computer, also discovered something. Nameless couldn't help shouting, Ashuo, Team 7. Li Ming, Wang Kang, none of them are here. Even the basic name list has been removed. He was stunned. What? Song Rui appeared and said the local database was also wiped. There's no history of Ashuo. He quickly realized they'd been erased from the start. Yan Hao still didn't want to give up. Is there no other way? She pulled out her phone and said, wait a moment. Song Rui contacted someone on the team, Kim Doan. Can you search it? But these things take time. Okay, give me a little time. She told the two. Kim Doan can access the database records but needs time. Nameless admired her. So Kim is that capable? Yan Hao seemed to know her. She calls herself a jack, all trades. Suddenly Nameless remembered, right? Captain Jia is a veteran of the former government forces. He clapped optimistically. When the patrol formed he led Anak through. He must know that year's mission. Immediately they moved. Let's go. The three arrived at their destination, Captain Jia's house. Nameless was baffled. What's going on? Yan Hao leaned in to inspect. There were signs of a scuffle. Song Rui, experienced, concluded the marks were very fresh, likely from a recent fight. He named the most likely motive. It's 8 parts the city defense team did it. Song Rui questioned that conclusion. Why would the city defense team turn on Jia Jun? Nameless recounted earlier events, and Ningium once helped Captain Jia beat Captain Zhang of the city defense to a pulp. Now it's probably revenge. Yan Hao straightened. Refusing to dodge it, it seems they were targeting me. The checks were to confirm my entry. He chose a different approach. Then let's confront them. They stepped outside and someone was already waiting. Li Ben said excitedly, Chief Officer, we've finally found you. But Song Rui did not recognize him. Are you the Deputy Commander of Redstone City Defense, Li Ben? He quickly introduced himself. I'm Deputy Defense Officer Li Ben. I just received word you arrived in Redstone City. Li Ben hurriedly explained. Captain Jia Jun of the city defense under my command vanished on a mission outside the city. We request your help to rescue him. But she refused. This is your army's matter. Why involve us? Li Ben hesitated and told them the situation unknown to some. Abnormal beasts around the city have been active frequently lately. Armies like ours can't cope. Yan Hao murmured from the back. Captain Tong. Song Rui caught the whisper and replied, I know. Then she pointed sternly at Li Ben. We agree to help, but you must act jointly with us. He hesitated, afraid to speak. It's not ideal. I'm worried joint action will cause problems with other authorities. Song Rui's face went cold as she closed in. You want to refuse? She placed a hand on his shoulder and stressed that her words were not a request, but an order. If you refuse, I can charge you with insubordination and have you executed. Li Ben could not resist. I don't dare. Finally she ordered him into the car. The car sped off. During the drive Yan Hao kept probing for information. Deputy Li, you said abnormal beasts have been active, so why send Captain Jia on that mission? He asked gravely. Did you deliberately send Captain Jia to be sacrificed? Li Ben stammered, unable to answer coherently. No. How could we? He requested it himself. Shortly after, they arrived. Li Ben pointed and said, it's nearby. As soon as he heard it, Yan Hao didn't believe it's her. Song Rui immediately asked again why, and he calmly explained the situation here, saying this area often has mutant beasts active, but I don't smell the red mist. Li Ben was panicked, only thinking about leaving quickly. Nameless beside him noticed that and said, Huh. He approached cautiously and asked, Lieutenant Li, what are you doing? Li Ben quickly made up an excuse to cover himself. I already led you to the incident site. I probably have nothing more to do here, so I told my team to come pick me up. Then he hurried off saying, tell the prefect Tong that the rescue request is on him. I'm leaving now. But Song Ru blocked him and said you can't go. She asked sharply, state your purpose. A hole opened in the sky as lightning flashed and crackled. Li Ben was so frightened he collapsed. Sitsu, that thing was coming. A bolt struck, and he screamed, I don't want to die. Yan Hao's suspicion was confirmed indeed. The reason there wasn't even a low-level mutant beast around was because of Ether. Song Rui hesitated, looking that way, and said that is. She eyed the ferocious creature in doubt. A thunder beast, a huge monster roaring madly, a thunder beast of overlord rank. The powerful thunder beast discharged lightning everywhere. Nameless couldn't hide his worry in overlord rank. He was unsettled by its appearance. Why did it suddenly show up here while Yan Hao remained calm? Abnormal beast activity and missing patrols meant these events weren't coincidences. Li Ben tried to flee from the area. Song Rui ordered, seize him. Don't let him run. Nameless followed orders at once. Understood. He chased after the fleeing Li Ben. Stop. But the man stubbornly ran on. And I won't. Li Ben shouted back. I don't want to die here for no reason. Seeing the beast gathering energy, he panicked more. It's charging. Li Ben screamed and ran faster. It's about to unleash it. The thunder beast hurled a blast of energy at them. Song Rui dodged easily and yelled, move out of the way. The attack created a powerful shockwave, destroying the ruins. Yan Hao assessed its strength. It would be hard to leave. Song Rui proposed a plan. Yan Hao, you hold it. I'll fetch weapons. He accepted the task. No problem. From a distance, behind a building, someone was watching the fight. Zhang Shui smirked confidently. Yan Hao, let's see how arrogant you'll be this time. A subordinate pointed at the device he held in question. Boss, a small gadget like this can control an overlord beast. Zhang Shui crossed his arms and replied confidently. Not only that, our tech goes far beyond what you imagine. He smiled superciliously. They even built a base to raise mutant beasts. Zhang Shui recalled those ferocious creatures. Have you seen them? Those raised there aren't ordinary beasts. He gleefully outlined his plan. Once we capture Yan Hao and hand him over, Redstone City will be mine. Below, Yan Hao attacked while analyzing the beast, an elemental type mutant that relies mainly on energy to fight. He wasn't afraid to charge in. He already had a counterplan. The venom line taken from the queen was effective even against overlord beasts. But before he could reach it, its roar sent him flying back. Yan Hao had to use his whole body to brace against its push. He was shocked to find his familiar beast forcibly dispelled. In an instant, Yan Hao recalled the previous battle. This ability is it like Tongin's electromagnetic annihilation bomb. Lost in thought, the monster tried to crush him. Yan Hao noticed in time and dodged successfully. He quickly put distance between himself and it. Panting and exhausted, Yan Hao reminded himself not to be careless. He pondered its strength, or indeed it differed from a normal overlord beast. Yan Hao scanned carefully. Its lightning armor meant there was basically no chance to get close. A voice spoke from behind. Song Rui turned back. If we can neutralize that lightning armor, can we do it? Yan Hao looked to her for help. Captain Tong, can you? Song Rui held her weapon and affirmed, of course. My beast subduing ability comes from lightning. Its lightning can suppress surrounding particles and disable other powers. She explained her capability. If I fire an electromagnetic annihilation round at full power, it can disable the thunder beast's lightning armor. Though it's not perfect, the effect is short-lived and it will recover quickly. Yan Hao cut her off. That's enough. I'll use my ability and rush the beast. Just a blink will do. Leave the rest to me. It refused to stand down, continuously discharging lightning. Yan Hao timed his chance now. Song Rui crouched, took aim, an electromagnetic annihilation round. As she fired, Yan Hao closed in and the lightning armor was broken. He unleashed a full power critical strike. Beast transformation. Swap. Apply venom. Yan Hao coldly activated the queen's potent venom. Judging by it, he knew the move worked good. It's effective. The venom weakened the monster slightly and slowed its movements. The beast attacked, but Yan Hao easily dodged and taunted it too slow. Then he used his ability to finish it in one blow. Die. Turning, Yan Hao analyzed. Although its offensive power exceeded a prior overlord, without the lightning strength its core was much weaker. He appreciated Song Rui's help. Without her annihilation round he wouldn't have had the chance to close in. So he resolved to train harder and grow stronger. The monster trembled and tried to flee, but he wouldn't let it. Hey, where do you think you are going? Yan Hao wanted to extract information. Since it's here, might as well squeeze something out of it. A subordinate who'd witnessed everything worriedly asked, Boss, what now? That mutant beast lost. Song Rui watched and felt increasingly impressed by him. Yan Hao had matured a lot recently. She resolved that she must also improve. Song Rui wanted to upgrade herself and become stronger. Zhang Shui stood above, grinning sinisterly, who said, I only brought one overlord to deal with them. The subordinate couldn't guess. Could it be? A monster suddenly appeared behind Song Rui, bearing fangs and aiming fiercely at her. For a moment Song Rui was stunned. There's another one. Yan Hao quickly spotted it. There's still one more. It bared its teeth at Song Rui. Her body didn't react in time. He shoved Song Rui out of danger. Get away. She fell heavily to the ground. The monster swallowed Yan Hao whole. Song Rui panicked and shouted his name loudly, Yan Hao. But the monster's body began trembling uncontrollably. Its jaws seemed to be pried open. Yan Hao wouldn't give up easily. You're not going to swallow me just by using your mouth. It opened its mouth and spat him out violently. Yan Hao, clothes tattered, muttered, two overlord beasts here. Aren't they a bit much for us? The monster before them wasn't ordinary either, an ambush beast. Overlord Ranker Song Rui ran to him and anxiously asked if he was okay. Yan Hao reassured her he was fine. This was just unexpected. There's a stealth beaster. Song Rui understood it better. A specialized mutant that enhances its stealth and then launches surprise attacks. Both increased their vigilance and didn't relax without teammates with good sensing. Such foes are hard to handle. From behind, the thunder beast suddenly attacked again. They both dodged quickly. Yan Hao tensed. Had that beast's lightning power already recovered? From behind, the hidden beast lay in wait beside him. Yan Hao realized it too late. This is bad. It immediately struck his flank. Song Rui looked toward him, worried. Yan Hao, angry, she focused her energy and lunged at it. You beast. Song Rui hurled a ball of lightning at the monster. It was hit. Powerful bolts struck the creature's entire body. But in an instant it vanished again. Song Rui couldn't do anything. Gone again. Yan Hao approached her to discuss strategy. That beast's stealth is extremely high. My sensing can't track it well. She said it was hit by my electromagnetic grenade. I can sense its movement through the magnetic field. Hearing that, Yan Hao coordinated with her. He wanted to handle the stealth beast first. Tell me its position. I won't dawdle. One strike to finish it. Song Rui used her power to locate it, but remained uneasy. Okay, it's behind your left. Are you sure? He answered confidently, of course. The moment came, and the beast appeared. She shouted, it's coming from behind your right. He grabbed the beast's jaws, pried them wide, taunting, likes to eat, huh? Yan Hao concentrated energy at its mouth and said, try this. Instantly the beast exploded in agonizing bursts. In the end it was defeated. Yan Hao felt some relief after dealing with it. One down. He and Song Rui both looked toward the other thunder beast remaining. Yan Hao wanted to reuse the previous move to finish it. Captain Tong, can that move be fired again? But Song Rui couldn't. I'm not wearing the beast control gear, so I have no spare energy to use it again. They spoke while dodging its attacks. Song Rui had another solution. There's a way to break its electric armor. Yan Hao asked what way. Without delay she transferred to Yan Hao. I will channel all remaining power into you, creating an ionized layer very short, maybe 10 seconds. She warned this layer can only block one attack from the thunder beast. Receiving her aid, Yan Hao felt confident enough. He rushed forward, determined to succeed. There was only one chance. The beast stamped the ground, its electric arcs radiating outward. Yan Hao nimbly dodged them all. He knew he must not be hit before closing in. Finally he closed the distance, focused all his strength into his right hand, and unleashed the finishing move, beast form, Thunder Claw. His attack pierced right through the monster. Zhang Shui was stunned by the result. It's over. These are 2 Overlord class beasts. Even 2B ranks might not beat them. How could mere C ranks do it? He couldn't believe his eyes. Finally Zhang Shui turned and ordered, quickly tell Squad 2 to launch the anti-tank missiles. Pin them down. Do not let them leave this area. The subordinate obeyed. At the same time he would call his allies. I will fetch people from Green Vine. With the beast dealt with, Yan Hao turned to leave. It's over. Holding the crystals, Yan Hao thought the one full of lightning is the Thunder Beast's beast core, and the dim one is the Stealth beast coresser. Song Rui worked hard for this, so he'll split the loot with her. He turned to Song Rui and reported, Captain Tong, I'm here. But when he looked back, Song Rui was lying unconscious on the ground. Tong En. From afar Nameless dragged a man forward. Captain Tong, I've captured Vice Inspector Lily. Ben screamed in fear. I don't want to die, the man asked in surprise. Sergeant Yan, Captain Tong her. Yan Hao looked at her unconscious form and replied she overused her power, causing physical exhaustion. Fortunately it was only fatigue, not infection by the red mist. Of men with missiles aimed at them ordered, Squad 2 locked the anti-tank missiles on target. 1 pointed at them and said, Boss, Vice Inspector Li is over there. Zhang Shui growled, ignore him, that idiot wanted to lure everyone here, and he foolishly followed. They immediately fired the missiles. Yan Hao shouted standard military weapons. Nameless froze. What? Le Ben on the ground cursed angrily. Zhang Shui, you leave me to die. Fine, I'll take my chances with you. Terrified, he blamed everything on Zhang Shui, saying it was his plan. If we caught Yan Hao we'd be promoted and rich. He told me to bring everyone here because he was hiding nearby. Above, Zhang Shui, seeing the shots miss, snapped, damn, why aren't they hitting? Someone explained the Thunder Beast's previous attack carried massive lightning and disturbed the electromagnetic field, making precise aiming impossible. Nameless looked around and asked if the attack had stopped, then ordered the man take Captain Tong back and contact Jinyang. Tell her that Zhang Xiu deputy commander of Redstone's defense unit. Betrayed them and ambushed Captain Song Roof. Bring the vice inspector in for questioning. The man replied, understood. Yan Hao smiled and instructed Jin Ying that this matter must be reported to Tong Liam, chief of staff of the Special Response Unit. The man obeyed. Roger. Nameless drove up and called to him. Sergeant Yan, get in the car. What are you standing out there for? He snapped angrily, you idiot. If we all get in the car, we all become sitting ducks. He looked at the incoming missile and ordered, go now, I'll cover everyone. The man hesitated a bit, but Yan Hao ran and kicked the shell aside, asking, don't you trust me? The man was astonished. Damn, the shell was kicked away. He then warned, Sergeant Yan, be careful. I'll take Captain Tong back and come assist you immediately. Nameless obeyed and drove off. One of the subordinates reported from behind, boss. Yan Hao intercepted our shell. Someone yelled, he's heading toward us. Zhang Shui turned and ordered, quick, stop him, Green Vine's people are about to arrive. Suddenly a shadow flashed by, leaving them stunned. What was that? Zhang Shui looked at his fallen subordinates and exclaimed, how is this guy so strong? 2 overlord beasts and he still has strength. No sooner had he finished than Yan Hao rushed forward to attack him. He executed a move that slammed the man to the ground. Beast form claw. Yan Hao said coldly, Captain Zhang, long time no see. The man, frightened, cried out, Sergeant Yan, no, Lord Hao, go easy on me. I was forced into this. It's related to very important people. Yan Hao ground out, you've provoked someone you shouldn't. Do you understand? As soon as he finished the last word, he took a punch. No. He took the blow and staggered back a few steps. Love Feng stood there sneering, are sewer rats all this loud now? Zhang Shui, seeing reinforcements arrive, breathed a sigh of relief. Finally he thanked the man, much obliged for saving us. Yan Hao asked suspiciously, who are you? He replied coldly, that's not something you should know. No sooner had he spoken than he vanished into thin air. Immediately after, he lunged and threw a punch at him. The two charged and exchanged blows. Finding an opening, Love Feng poured his strength into the punch. He drove a hard punch into Yan Hao's gut. Too weak. He got hit and was sent flying backward. A loud explosion rang out moments later. Lovey Feng mocked as he watched him fall easily because superiors took this so seriously. I thought he was formidable. But he's just a sewer rat. He laughed and taunted, gave you 2 overlord beasts and you still lose to this trash. Zhang Shui answered fearfully, really sorry. He turned and left, ordering the rest to him. I'll head back. The man obeyed. Understood. This time I won't disappoint you. He then kicked Yan Hao hard in the face and cursed, you son of a Yan Hao, after all that, lying here like a dog to be killed. Soon after Zhang Shui made a call, hello video call Gu Zun. On the other end someone beat the cage with a stick to wake up her. Another held the phone up to Gu Jin. Look. Boss wants you to see someone. Zhang Shui dragged his head in front of the lens. Hey ancient captain. Look who this is. Gu Jin froze. Yan Hao. He gripped the bars and cursed angrily at Zhang Shui. You crazy bastard. Why did you go this far? If there's a problem, come at me Yan Hao, you son of a bitch. Over the line Zhang Shui's voice seethed with hatred. I will make sure he doesn't rest in peace. He moved elsewhere and ordered, Squad 2 gather at my position, take Yan Hao back to the breeding base. Yan Hao thought to himself, old captain, found you. He summoned the crystal and thought, first I'll absorb this rust, red beast core's essence. 300 meters underground, Green Vine base, Redstone City. Yan Hao was locked in an experimental cage. The system announced that the secondary overlord stealth beast had been absorbed. It reported skill stripped, shadow stalk, enters stealth for 3 minutes. Movement speed increases while invisible. And the first strike after stealth ends will be a guaranteed critical. Yan Hao reached his hand toward the glass. A second later he shattered the cage. He looked up and calculated inwardly based on their route. This place must be not far from the ruins outside the city. How could such a hideout exist here? In the control room someone ran in shouting, it's bad, the specimen Zone 907 has escaped. A technician in a lab coat ordered, immediately notify security. On the monitor Yan Hao raised his hand in front of the camera. Specimen Alzu 907. Seconds later the screen lost signal and the observer reported, camera signal lost. Outside the door the captain ordered, Heikyu demands capture alive, prepare a large supply of tranquilizer darts and specialized nets for mutant beasts. A moment later the door opened, but they found no one, which surprised them greatly. No sign of the specimen. What happened? The captain ordered, search quickly. He rushed inside shouting that the specimen they'd worked so hard to capture was missing. If they didn't find it, they'd all be ruined. Yan Hao, invisible, thought the stealth worked amazingly, though it could only last 10 minutes. He told himself he must hurry to find old captain. As he reached Gu Jin, a guard hearing the commotion asked what was happening outside. Did the specimen escape? The other folded his arms and said, it's not our concern. Our duty is capture. If they look bad, it's their problem. A moment later he quickly knocked out the 2 guards. Yan Hao approached and called, old Captain Guthar. Gu Jin was astonished to see him. Yan Hao. Gu Jin clapped him on the shoulder and praised him happily. Well done. Kid, I knew you wouldn't be easily captured. Yan Hao smiled and said it was thanks to the old captain's guidance. Yan Hao admitted with some guilt that he came looking for a Shu's disappearance, and hadn't expected Gu Jin to be involved. Gu Jin replied that he'd been searching for a show too. He urgently asked if Yan Hao had found any clues, any small detail could help, and warned this case was far more complex than imagined. His tone grew serious. The newly formed patrol unit was reassigned by city defense to special tasks, and many brothers were moved, and then vanished without a trace. Superiors insisted these were mission-related disappearances, so he wanted to investigate undercover. But Zhang Shui kept obstructing and pressuring him. Yan Hao rubbed his chin. This swamp is deeper than I thought. City defense can't be this powerful alone. Someone must be behind it or catch Zhang Shu, and the whole truth will be exposed. Suddenly the group burst in shouting that it was here. He was surprised to see Gu Jin block his path. Old captain, he said. The big captain ordered loudly, brother, get out of here. Don't get involved. The patrol captain, capture the specimen alive. Before they could act, Yan Hao rushed forward and attacked them. He felled them in a single strike and smiled. If I ran like that, wouldn't all your staged capture efforts be wasted? He grinned and asked old Captain Gu if he could still move. A Gu Jin tapped his chest and chuckled. Who do you think I am? He answered, the immortal old Gu. Meanwhile Zhang Shui approached and ordered them to release the beasts now, or none of us will be able to stop him. The man in the center replied coldly, Zhang Shui, you have no authority to command us. Hearing this he angrily pointed at the man. Damn it. What time is it that you re-saying this? Your superiors aren't here, you must follow my orders. If they escape, we'll all be finished. Gu Jin saw him hesitate and asked in surprise what was wrong. With monsters charging ahead, Yan Hao advised old captain find a place to hide. First he ran off and reminded, Yan Hao, be careful. He immediately lunged at them, thinking that breeding mutant beasts is a grave crime against humanity. It seemed the two overlords had been released from here. Beast form, Claw. He quickly annihilated the group of monsters, relying on these beasts alone to stop me. Outside, Zhang Shui said that if they didn't do as he ordered, they wouldn't have time to destroy the documents. He looked back with satisfaction. So many mutant beasts, that'll be enough to wear Yan Hao down. Just as he was gloating, an attack came from behind. Zhang Shui took the hit and collapsed to the ground. Yan Hao stepped forward from behind. He watched the vehicle speed away and shouted, you bastards. I haven't even boarded. Someone from the vehicle called back, Zhang Shui, you're worthless now. He laughed and pressed the button. Go in peace. An explosion rocked the road ahead. He cursed in anger. Damn it. You actually abandoned me. He turned and threatened, Yan Hao, don't come over here. Old Gu is still in my hands. Yan Hao lunged and pinned him to the wall, demanding, who is pulling your strings? What's this place? Zhang Shui yelled in fear, Yan Hao, will you leave old Gu to die? He glanced to his side. Look who it is. When the man saw Go Zun, he was horrified. Old Gu, why are you here? Seeing he could no longer threaten him, he capitulated. I will tell you, it was someone called Mr. Hong who ordered mess. I don't know his true situation, but he said if I handed you over I'd gain endless wealth. This place is one of their branch bases, mainly used to breed mutant beasts and carry out assigned tasks. He asked coldly if they'd been secretly tracking him, even knowing he'd investigate the patrol unit's case, which is why they moved first. Zhang Shu replied, investigating the case. I didn't know. That might be a coincidence. He continued that he knew the missing patrol members were taken elsewhere, and perhaps Mr. Hong was there. Please spare me, and I'll lead you to them. After a moment he opened a manhole and said that although those bastards blew up the main passage and collapsed this side, underneath. Zhang Shui looked at them. There's a narrow hidden path below it, should be passable. Walking the tunnel, Yan Hao wondered how it formed and why a strange smell filled the place. A Gu Jin couldn't help exclaiming, it really stinks. Zhang Shui thought he needed a chance to shake them off, or else lead them to the green vine expert on the other side, and use him as leverage. Suddenly he sensed something, this crushing pressure. He turned and looked down. To the area below, there was something beneath the earth. A giant centipede. Red Mist storage base, green vine outside Redstone City. Jinying entered from the door, and reported that on their side they found nothing but a pile of mutant carcasses. She gloomily asked if any analysis results were ready. Song Rui bowed her head and replied the clues were too scattered to piece together a complete picture. She angrily demanded how they lost Yan Hao during the investigation. Nameless explained that conflicts arose earlier between old Captain Gu and City Defense's Zhang Shui, and unexpectedly he attacked the Special Response Unit. Jinying sighed and said she reported this to Captain Tong last night, and he seemed very angry. From outside, Yongji led Lai Ban in and asked Captain Tong how to handle him. She replied coldly that they still needed to extract information from him. He was immediately shoved to his knees there. Song Rui asked coldly whether the hideout he mentioned was now empty, and if he had any other important information. Li Ban fearfully answered he truly didn't know. Zhang Shui kept him from contacting too much. Jin Ying put her hand to her head like a gun and said she'd uncovered some secrets about them in Green Vine. If he answered honestly now, it would be a confession. Otherwise, he'd get his head blown off. He replied, "Wait, let me think." Then he suddenly seemed to remember and shouted that Jiang Shui often sneaked into the Red Mist storage system of Green Vine's subsidiary. She asked in surprise, "The Red Mist storage system?" Liban nodded, yes, that place definitely has issues. Song Rui ordered, "Depart, go straight there and check for problems." Yang Zi stopped her. "Wait, Captain Tong, High Command ordered my unit to lead troops to Redstone City to suppress the rebels. It may take longer should we wait for them first." She replied sternly that our main task is not suppressing the rebellion, but ensuring Yanhao's safety. "Patrolman, escort Lai Ben back to Redstone City to meet Inspector Lam. The rest come with me to investigate." "Understood." Red Mist storage system. The guards blocked Song Rui and called out to stop. "This is a restricted area. Not allowed even for Special Response Unit Crimson Blood." Song Rui kicked the man and told him to get out. The man ordered someone to quickly report to Lord Lu. Inside the system, a subordinate reported, "Lord Lu, Crimson Blood's people have arrived." Lu Feng, up high, replied, "I see them." Song Rui looked around and warned to be careful, this could be an enemy stronghold. As they let their guard down, Lu Feng teleported down from a crate. He appeared and attacked Jin Ying from behind. She quickly stepped back. Lu Feng stood there and chuckled. "Interesting." Song Rui, on high alert, asked who he was. He lunged at Jin Ying with no words. Yang Zi rushed to block in front of her danger. He took Lu Feng's blow with his body. The strike was so strong Yang Zi was sent flying backward into Jin Ying. Song Rui charged from behind, cursing, "Bastard." Yang Zi warned, "Captain Tong, be careful, this guy might be B rank." Lu Feng quickly dodged her attack. He immediately landed a punch to her stomach. She was knocked to the ground. Before Song Rui could react, he swiftly kicked her. She was blasted into the wall by the strike. Jin Ying shouted in shock. Yang Zi beside her was very worried. "Oh no. The captain's not good at close combat or without weapons or mutant armed skills. The captain can't use full strength." Lu Feng grabbed her hair and sneered, "Crimson Blood only has this level. Yuri all trash compared to yesterday's rat. Yuri not strong either." She frowned and said Yanhao could never be defeated by someone like him. He laughed loudly and threw her into the air, nearly dead and still mouthing. He then moved in, saying, "Let me see today which of you or that rat can take more." But before he finished speaking, he took a full punch fist. Lu Feng took Yanhao's punch and was knocked flying backward. He was slammed straight into the wall. Jin Ying saw him holding Song Rui and complained, holding the princess. Unfair, I wanted to." He quickly landed. Yanhao bent down and asked if she was okay, or Song Rui called his name, Yanhao. Song Rui called his name, Yanhao. She anxiously asked, "Are you alright?" Yanhao laughed teasingly. "You, re the one who's fine, huh?" From afar, Jin Ying shouted angrily, "How long are you going to keep hugging? There's still the big mess to deal with." Lu Feng got up holding his face. "What the hell is going on?" He angrily demanded, "Why you re-here?" Yanhao smiled and gestured back. "Of course your old friend brought me." Gu Jin aimed his gun at him and ordered. Movie cursed angrily, "Zhang Shui, you betrayer." Zhang Shui answered fearfully, "I was forced." Lu Feng lunged at him in fury. "People like you have only one way to die." The man screamed for help. "Save me." Yanhao rushed in to absorb his attack. He can't die yet. He turned to Song Rui and said, "Captain Tong, Zhang Shui holds many secrets." She replied coldly, "I know." Lu Feng shouted in rage, "Just a sewer rat and you dare block me." He unleashed a technique, Shadow Speed Fist. Yanhao threw a kick too slow. His kick sent him crashing into the wall once more. Lu Feng went completely mad. "You've fully angered me today, you die here." He launched an attack at him, Shadow Wind Blade. Yanhao quickly dodged the attack, Wind Blade. Yang Zi frowned, "It's a mutant ability." Jin Ying clenched her fist, "It's a Wind-type user like her." Song Rui asked Zhang Shu who he really was. He answered, "I don't know much, only that he's Mr. Hong's henchman." A volley of wind darts flew toward him. His body moved extremely nimbly and dodged the attacks just like that. Yanhao charged straight at him. "Your B rank is nothing more than this." Lu Feng knocked back, couldn't help but wonder what's happening. Did he intentionally lose before? He was flung straight into a crate. He tried to reassure himself, "Impossible, impossible." Lu Feng punched the crate hard. "Impossible." Zhang Shui saw mist leaking and screamed in fear, "The red mist is leaking, run, I don't want to die." Song Rui ordered, "Deputy Guan Lam, take them back." Yang Ji hesitated. "Captain." She answered firmly, "I must stay with Yanhao." He warned worriedly that he didn't think this was wise as she snapped, "Follow my orders." Suddenly Jin Ying grabbed her hand. "Wait a moment, I have an idea." Lu Feng held up a pill and shouted, "You think this will let you beat me?" He took the pill thinking that though it shortens his lifespan, this relic would keep him alert briefly, and let him absorb the red mist's power. Immediately his body absorbed the red mist. "Come on, insect." He shot toward Yanhao like a gust of wind. A loud explosion rang out instantly. He gritted his teeth, his speed increased. Lu Feng kept raining punches on him. "Feel that? This speed equals a rank." He snarled and struck Yanhao hard, adding raw power. Yanhao took Lu Feng's full punch and was sent flying backward. He glared at him and snarled, "How long can you hold out? Finish." Suddenly he cried out in surprise. Above the crate, Jinying executed a technique, Wind Palm Shield. Lol V Feng was startled. Wind. She confidently unleashed her power, Tempest family shout. Yanhao looked at his body in wonder. He felt much lighter. She replied proudly, "This is the young lady's secret skill." Lo Feng snarled as he attacked them, "Die for me." He reached out to block Red Mist Cannon. "Is this your so-called secret skill?" His move was absorbed by him, leaving all Feng puzzled. "Am I hallucinating? My attack was absorbed." A second later he took a full punch from Yanhao. Since when? Then came a series of consecutive attacks from him. He poured his strength into a punch at Lv Feng. "Fighting you doesn't need the Red Mist." Lv Feng, astonished, "What?" He was beaten to the point of being unable to defend. Wondering what kind of monster this was, Yanhao, full of killing intent, demanded, "Tell me, where is Mr. Hong?" In the observation room they were stunned. How is this possible? Mr. Hong, however, was very amused. Lv Feng actually lost. "This Yanhao is more interesting than I imagined." He remarked happily that they should pay more attention to him. A subordinate, flustered, asked Lord Hong what to do now. Mr. Hong ordered to erase all remaining data and evacuate with Mether. They acknowledged the order. He added, "Leave that guy down there to clean up this place." Then he pressed to activate the machine. He was excited. It's been hungry for a long time too. Meanwhile Yanhao demanded, "Where is Mr. Hong?" But he was already unconscious. Jinying sighed. "He's like this." "How could he answer? You hit too hard," he said sheepishly. "My finishing move was restrained." Then he asked Zhang Shui if the patrol members were all brought here by him. The man trembled and replied, "Yes, Mr. Niem, I escorted you down." Zhang Shui led them to a place. "It's below here." He also said the door needs a passcode to open. "I really don't know that." Yanhao coldly said, "It's not necessary to know." He then kicked once and the door was smashed to pieces. Yanhao doubted, "Are they all here?" The man hesitated. "I don't know, I only led them here. I hardly know anything else." His gaze suddenly flat. Song Ru keenly noticed what's wrong. Yanhao confirmed, "Over there." He said he sensed human breath inside of this door. Can't be forced open or it might injure others. She volunteered, "Leave it to me." Yanhao wondered if she could open it. Jinying smugly said she's an expert. Then she worked the mechanism skillfully. A few seconds later Jinying announced it was done. The door swung open in an instant. Inside the lab storage were many human-containing cells. She was shocked there. Yangji angrily cursed, "Damn it, so many people were imprisoned." She lost her composure. "What on earth are they doing?" Zhang Shui terrified, "I really don't know. I only brought people here. I truly don't know anything else." Gu Jin pointed at a cell. "Yanhao Shu is here all right." He decided, "I will rescue him immediately." But Jinying stopped him. "Wait a moment," he startled. "What are you doing?" She urged, "You re the one who wanted to act. These are life support devices. If you break them, how can we save them? Rescuing them requires specialized equipment. First we must report to the technical unit." Just then Song Rui received a call. "Hello." The caller reported that Captain Tong, Inspector Lam, has arrived at Redstone City. She ordered, "Immediately take them to the Red Mist storage base." The other side acknowledged, "Understood." Someone shouted there, "Captain Tong, a strange device here is flashing." Song Rui hurried over. "What's going on?" Suddenly the man screamed in horror. "That's..." After checking, Jinying reported, "The readings are very odd. It seems to be emitting energy inside as high concentration condensed red mist." Suddenly an earthquake occurred. Yanhao warned, "Something's coming here, get out of the way." And it's heading straight for her. In an instant he managed to shield Jinying from the blow. Yangzi realized Alv Feng had undergone a beast transformation. She guessed he must be suffering aftereffects of forced red mist inhalation to have become this grotesque. Song Rui thought to herself that the form looked exactly like that creature. Yanhao warned the team, "This machine is only bait. The goal is to attract mutated beasts. Something even more dangerous is coming." So he decided they must lure it away, otherwise it would destroy the place. As she agreed, "I will go with you," he worriedly said. Captain Tong. Song Rui instructed, "You guys defend this area well." Yanhao noted, "It's almost here. We need to put distance between us." On the high platform he waited. "Let me see how many more surprises you can bring me. If you pass this test, you will be worth further study." Below him someone hurriedly threw the strange object away. "Go on." Immediately Feng shot after the object. At the same time an earthworm also appeared to snatch it. It opened its mouth and snapped. Seeing the earthworm instantly grow gigantic, she was stunned. "What is this?" The technical committee was rushing to Redstone City. On the vehicle Yong Xin wondered why Captain Song Ru wanted them to go to the Red Mist storage base. What happened there? He was confused. "I don't know either. She only said there's a research institute beneath the base." At that moment they all spotted the centipede. "What is that?" He blurted out, "Damn, this is beyond what Song Rui's team can handle." They immediately accelerated. Yong Xin thought inwardly that right now only someone armed with a beast core could fight. So he instructed, "Instructor Lin, lead reinforcements to the research lab. I will get there first." The man responded immediately, "Will do." On the way he wondered what exactly had happened here. Meanwhile Song Rui couldn't believe it. This size. Is it a rank class beast? Yan Hao was also surprised they had led such a thing here. The earthworm poised to attack the two of them. They immediately went on alert. It opened its mouth, ready to snatch the two of them. He immediately used beast transformation claws and struck directly at the earthworm. It angrily flailed about wildly. Yan Hao worriedly said, "This is bad, my attacks can't even breach its outer shell." Song Rui hesitated. "This thing is beyond our handling, retreat first." He objected that the beast is fixated on him, which is why it attack it. "If we evacuate, the red mist storage base will be next. I will do my best to stop it. You should rescue the people in the underground lab as soon as possible." She was flustered. "Alone you face it." "I don't agree with that." But Yan Hao was stubborn. "We finally found clues. We can't let this beast destroy them." Song Rui panicked. Yan Hao. Meanwhile, Jinying focused on analysis. Aside from basic life detection data, all other data were destroyed. She was rather intrigued. "Seems we've encountered an expert-level foe." At the same time he arrived. "Chief, I've brought reinforcements." "Captain Gu, are you alright?" Gu Jin babbled that he's fine. "Yan Hao saved me." He scanned around asking, "Where's Yan Hao?" A man stepped forward to introduce himself as Tang Yi, ordered by headquarters to place Inspector Lam Yongxin as commander and himself as deputy to reinforce Captain Song Rui to suppress the uprising. "We need the current situation. Where is Captain Song Rui?" Yang Ji awkwardly said, "Captain Song Rui ordered us to protect this facility here, right? Are you General Lam Yongxin?" Meanwhile at his end, readings changed. Energy 170 of 200 potential haunt. Yan Hao tried to strike wherever he could. The earthworm, enraged, bared its fangs to seize him, but it kept missing. Taking advantage of an opening, Yan Hao struck the earthworm's eye. It immediately sprayed a venom gland. Then it wrapped its long tongue around him. At the same time it prepared to swallow him whole. In the emergency she hurriedly used a mini electro cannon. Scolding, "Not a chance." The beam timely severed the earthworm's tongue. Song Rui collapsed without a beast core suit and weapon. Using powers is still too forced. Perhaps in the whole world only Yan Hao can freely unleash power with his hands. Yan Hao rushed over Song Rui. At that moment its body was suddenly attacked. Yongxin asked with concern, "Are you alright?" He was startled. "Inspector Lam." She warned, "This is a rank class beast." He instructed, "Let me go." With Pyrrhic ability, Yongxin summoned a massive flame. He was astonished. Is this the power of an A rank? Too strong. Despite the power, the earthworm seemed unfazed. It seemed to absorb more strength. He murmured that it wouldn't be that easy. The earthworm still lay there alive. Yongxin stayed patient. "Then try again." At the same time it spat out a large pile of sand. That sand covered them. He warned, "That vision is obscured. Everyone be careful." Suddenly Yan Hao sensed something. He hurriedly warned, "It's burrowing underground." They warned each other. "Dodge quickly." Instantly it shot up straight from the ground. Yongxin worried, "Is everyone okay?" Yan Hao reported, "We refine." He muttered that this sandstorm needs to be cleared, otherwise. Suddenly a shock projectile appeared. Jinying smugly asked if everyone was alright. Song Rui dazedly asked how everyone got in here and what the underground base was like. Yang Ji reported the base has been taken over by reinforcements led by Yongxin and the test subjects have been relocated. He pulled himself together. "Good, this is not easy to deal with. Contain it together and look for an opening." Seeing many earthworms diving back underground, Yongxin chased after them, wanting to run. She combined with him Tempest Bless. A brilliant flame flared around him. The earthworm let out a roar. At the same time it performed a shed escape. Yan Hao angrily said, "It's still not dead." Jin Yang cried out, "No way." Yongxin realized its regenerative ability extremely rare, but all a beast's energy comes from its core. Destroy it and it can't regenerate. She doubted, "You want us to find the beast core on that huge thing?" The earthworm spat sand again. Jinying worried, "Here it comes. I can't hold it much longer." She joined in to support. Along with energy and electromagnetic sensing, Song Rui had spotted the beast core. She pointed it out to everyone. "Found it. On the left side of the belly. The energy reaction is strong there." He ran over to catch her. Yongxin instructed, "Quickly get her out of here. Truly a worrying girl." Simultaneously she cursed, "Beast, you've exposed your weak spot." He unleashed a fiery strike exactly where Song Rui indicated. Sure enough, that was the core. Yongxin ordered, "Smash it now. Do not stop attacking." Everyone panicked. No, its defenses are too strong. Ordinary attacks won't break its core. He thought that the attack must be stronger. Red mist bullets. The fight with LV Feng used up a lot of red mist. And now the red mist on him can't condense into bullets anymore. Suddenly Yan Hao struck something. This is. Could Instructor Lin's previous attack have pulled this out too? He recalled Jinying earlier saying inside was dense red mist. It's a one-shot gamble. Though in pain, Yan Hao had to admit the red mist was extraordinary. His reading exceeded the limit, 288 of 200. By then he and Jinying could no longer hold on. It shifted its target toward Yongji. The huge mouth drew near. Yongxin panicked inwardly. "We redone." At that moment he grabbed a massive sphere. He immediately hurled a super large crimson bomb straight at the earthworm. Yan Hao entrusted him, "Count on you for this." Then he threw another bomb, hit the beast core spot once more. Its body began to crack. In an instant the earthworm's body exploded. Yan Hao stood there pale-faced. From behind she ran up calling, "Brother!" Startling Lam Ha little Su. She rushed over hugging and crying, "Brother, where did you go?" Making Yan Hao worry third, "Sorry, it's my fault." At that moment he wondered aloud. "Right, why are you here?" Hearing that, little Chu blinked in confusion. "This place, what do you mean?" So Yan Hao began to answer. Well, then she interrupted him. "Where is this place?" Suddenly both their palms flared with fire. The flames spread over Yan Hao's body, burning him painfully. "Why?" Little Xu cried, "Brother." Soon Yan Hao was charred black in the flames, screaming in agony. She reached out and lunged, "Brother." But Yan Hao warned Little Xu, "No, don't come here." The nightmare jolted him awake, sweating profusely. Recalling the scene of her being burned and telling her not to rescue her made Yan Hao shout, "Little Xu!" He calmed down and wondered if it had been a dream or real. He looked around puzzled. "Where am I?" Yong Xin sat beside him, chin on hand, saying, "This is the Special Response Unit HQ, Crimson Blood Medical Research Institute." At seeing him, Yan Hao asked oddly, "Instructor Lin, what's wrong?" And was told, "Due to your special circumstances, if issues arise, someone must handle them promptly." His sharp gaze continued. "That kid slept for 3 days straight. Earlier they thought otherwise. But for now it seems no further action is needed." Hearing that he forced a smile and agreed with the inspector. Yet worried inwardly, could Instructor Lin be waiting for him to lose control of his beast nature and turn on him? The army can't fully trust a suddenly appearing humanoid beast. They must find Little Xu quickly. To learn more he asked about the others, the big creature, and the red mist basa. Yong Xin answered at once. "Aside from Song Rui using excessive power, everyone is fine. The beast was destroyed by you, and those from the base have been moved to this research lab." Hearing about his teammates, Yan Hao reacted strongly. "Ashua, what happened to him now?" He was stunned. "Do you mean that person was brought from the Green Vine underground base?" Before he could speak, Jin Ying hurriedly pushed the door open. "Yan Hao, you reawake." She rushed over, checking him repeatedly. No contamination symptoms, no mutations in his body. In his shock she fussed. Then Jin Ying glanced and summarized, "After absorbing that dense red mist, he's completely fine." Then she exclaimed, "What is your biological structure? You are beyond human now." She pulled his clothes back and pressed her hand to his face as he requested, "Quiet." He immediately asked her, "Ashua, how is he?" At the Crimson Blood Treatment Institute, in the isolation room, Jin Ying recounted the teammates' condition. Ashua's body contained a large amount of concentrated red mist. Though no mutation or infection occurred, still, the three of them stood behind the glass listening to her. "And that his consciousness won't recover quickly," stunned Yan Hao. He didn't expect such an outcome. He ground his teeth and slammed the door. "Zhang Shui, that bastard, what exactly is he researching behind his back?" Yong Xin calmly replied that Zhang Shui had already confessed. Hearing that, Yan Hao reacted immediately. "What did he say? Is it connected to Green Vine after all?" A pair of feet appeared with a voice claiming it was all his doing, surprising them. "Captain Tong." Yan Hao, unbelieving, asked her back how that was possible. That Lo Feng, the Mr. Hung he mentioned, the beast bred in the base, and the research institute beneath the red mist base. Song Rui stressed. "I know, but all evidence points to Zhang Shui, and he admitted it. Her invisible hand is pulling all of this." She quickly turned and called to the door. "Let's go, Chief Tong wants to see everyone." He followed, wondering how she knew where he'd been. Her Song Rui said, "Jin Yang told me." Hearing that, Yan Hao gritted his teeth in annoyance. "This girl's habit never changes. Will she follow me whenever I eat, bathe, and sleep now?" At the door she knocked and received the reply, "Come in." As Song Rui entered, she announced that Chief Tong had arrived. While Director Jin was on the phone, she scolded him for secretly snacking alone. Song Lion received the message, turned and invited them to sit. He spoke sternly, to the point, "No more small talk, Yan Hao. News of you defeating the high-rank beast has spread. Not only the government but many forces are watching. You re now in the eye of the storm, calm on the surface. But fierce winds howl around. One slip, and you'll be swept in." Song Lion then asked in a low voice, "Do you have any plans for this?" Yan Hao didn't answer immediately. Thinking he had intended to act quietly, but the situation had grown far bigger, he asked instead, "I want to hear the Chief of Staff's opinion." He replied that Zhang Shui's case was known to him, and Yan Hao added that he believed Zhang Shui was hiding something. Holding the files, Song Lion said Green Vine declared it knew nothing about the underground base or breeding facility, and no senior executive is implicated. Since Green Vine cooperates with the military, without irrefutable evidence, a public investigation can't proceed. Director Jin added that the prior internal spy case is unresolved. Many factions in the military check and balance power, so even if we want to investigate Green Vine, higher-ups won't permit it. Hearing this, he looked displeased and asked, "The higher-ups mean whom exactly?" He set the documents down and emphasized that the highest authority in the world is the government. Then he expressed his wish, "I hope to borrow your power." Sensing the ulterior motive, Yanhao glanced shrewdly. This old fox pretends to care while wanting me as his pawn. Song Rui objected, Chief of Staff. Given Yanhao's current situation, as you said, being in the eye of the storm, why would you still want him? Yongxin chimed in. Better to become the hunter than remain prey. To survive, one must change. Song Lion hid nothing and showed sympathy, saying, no need to answer now, go back. Consider carefully. Then tell me your decision. He ordered Yongxin to look after them in the meantime. And Yongxin promptly accepted the task. Understood. Night Felther, rather than remain prey while your mind dwells on it. Better to become the hunter. Cut to Crimson Blood's combined training ground. The Chief of Staff organized a 3-month comprehensive training to boost the recruits' combat capability, but the training was a pretexter. The real aim was to delay internal splits, root out spies, and unify the military stance. Yanhao recalled and pondered, they want to borrow your power. I know nothing about the army now. And the priority is to quickly gather intelligence on Little Xu. Chief of Staff's offer must be weighed carefully. Before replying, use this joint training as a stepping stone. At that moment someone shouted the scores. Rookie points: Yanhao 2-7, Jinying 95, Zhang Jin 4-5. Crimson Blood scoring system opens a month after enlistment, earned via missions, training, and free bets to exchange for military items. 1 Crimson Blood point equals 1 Zan Alliance credits. Someone marveled. 210 points. Yanhao was calculating 210,000 Alliance credits. That likely includes rewards from the 2 previous incidents. The crowd buzzed. I grind for a month and get tens of points. What's his deal? I heard he killed a high-ranked beast. No way. If he really had that skill, he wouldn't be a regular member. He'd have been promoted long ago. Zhang Jin sneered sarcastically. That fight. Anyone could see Instructor Lin carried it to her. Someone just picked up the scraps. So shameless. Hearing that, Song Rui defended him. Zhang Jin. Keep your baseless guesses to yourself. Yanhao's strength could crush you. Jin Ying impatiently backed her up. That's right, talk is cheap. Then someone intervened. We comrades. No need for pointless arguing. Song Rui quietly called, Captain Duan. Platoon leader Tang Yi of Crimson Blood reassured them. Yanhao's score is calculated by the system per regulations. I checked with Instructor Lin, and curiosity about a top scorer is natural. He confidently declared, let me spar with Yanhao on everyone's behalf. A wager 40,000 Alliance credits. Someone gasped. 40,000, that's enough to upgrade the dorm to a single with a private bath for a year. Jinying grew more excited. Yanhao. Beat him. If you win, I'll help you spend the money. Seeing this, Yanhao thought quietly, Zhang Jin's plan won't stop. Whatever, use this to build prestige and avoid some unnecessary trouble before answering the Chief of Staff. He agreed. If Captain Duan is willing, I'll accept the bet. The situation provoked stronger reactions. The Captain Duan was recognized as the strongest B-rank fighter with rich combat experience. However formidable Yanhao might be, he's still a newcomer. Tang Yi slowly prepared and didn't forget to taunt, Yanhao, my beast core is ice type, let's see. A moment later, he unleashed a straight ice strike toward Yanhao, his unique beast core weapon in action. The ice slab was so large that Yanhao had to leap to dodge it. Yanhao silently assessed it. No wonder it's the strongest B-rank. Its power surpasses Lvi Feng's by quite a bit. At the same time, Tang Yi gathered force in his hand and continued his attack. Not over yet, Yanhao, be careful. Then a volley of ice arrows shot toward him. Yanhao nimbly dodged and remarked that although the destructive power was great, the speed wasn't on par with Lvi Feng's. Tang Yi slammed his hand into the ground to perform another move. The Frost River Spirit Transmission. An immensely powerful strike poured out from him, enveloping the entire space. Only then did Yanhao shift his arm, preparing to counter. Tang Yi was stunned to see him move so fast. Yanhao used beast transformation, claws out to attack. Just then someone appeared to intervene. Stop right there. Yongxin spoke softly to media. Yanhao, you've won this match. Tang Yi, you have no objections, right? Tang Yi smiled and accepted gracefully. None at all, I admit defeat. Yanhao politely replied, already conceded, Captain. People around buzzed. The street captain lost to a newcomer. Impressive. How did he do it? Everyone wondered if there were any more questions now. Jinying cheered happily, 40,000 back in hand. Song Rui was speechless, acting like she won the 40,000. The youngster teased. I've looked after him so much, he should pay me back. Over here Zhang Jin clenched his fist in dissatisfaction. The gap was that big. His eyes filled with determination. I need to get stronger, by any means, and surpass him. Time passed. 1 month later, Director Jin asked curiously, Old Tongue, what's the rush? Song Lion held up a bulletin photo in the northwest region. Vicious beastman incidents involving 2 people occurred. Local patrols traced the trail, and the last place the beastman disappeared was Soyan Town. He held the report in disbelief. Beastman. Could this be confirmed? Yes, analysis shows he's my missing younger brother, Tong Zhao. Song Lion asked, Old Jin, based on your current research, what are the chances the beastman can regain his sanity? Director Jin assessed. Less than 1%. Beast transformation affects not only flesh but corrodes the mind. Anyone who can keep their original self, like Yanhao, is a miracle within miracles, and no one knows how long it would last. He raised the question, what's your plan? If you can't capture him safely, will you eliminate him? Song Lion replied painfully, Old Tong, think carefully. If Song Rui learns, she'll never forgive you. That year you eliminated your clan for the greater good, and she paid the price to protect many innocents. His expression remained unchanged. It must be endured. Scene change. Elsewhere, Song Rui had just finished showering when her phone rang. Jinying hurriedly informed her, Song Rui, are you nearby? I've found huge intel. Curious, she said, tell me. A moment later, Song Rui headed straight to the company. She quickly demanded, Dad, do you have news about Uncle? Why didn't you tell me? Song Lion, as expected, asked if Jinying spilled it to her and warned, don't get involved, I've already dispatched the special operations team. Song Rui disagreed and shouted, please let me go with you. His eyes gleamed as he posed a choice. If I order you to take out Tong Zhao, do you have the guts to pull the trigger? Hearing that, Song Rui trembled all over, stammering, Dad, but Uncle. Song Lion cut her off. I'm relieving you of Yanhao's protection duty now. Without my orders you are not to leave headquarters. Cut to the underground parking lot. Song Rui has arrived. Jinying was already waiting there. Having known she'd come, she handed Song Rui something and said, this contains emergency supplies. About your father, I will try to buy you some time. Song Rui gratefully replied, thanks, I'll pay you back, my benefactor is priceless. Song Rui recalled the earlier moment when Tong Zhao stood before her to protect her. Run, Song Rui, go now. She silently regretted that if she'd had the courage then to tell her father that he was corroded protecting her, things might have been different. Finally, filled with determination, Song Rui vowed she wouldn't back down this time. Uncle, wait for me, I'll find a way to make you human again. Cut to the mess hall at the barracks. Everyone is having lunch. Jinying chatted cheerfully. Good, Yanhao, you finally showed your talents, you should thank the miss properly. Nameless was sobbing, Sergeant Yan, this is too luxurious, I haven't had a feast like this in 6 months. After we eat, will the world end tomorrow? Yanhao arrived helplessly, too dramatic. Yanhao generously said, you all helped a lot before, we've had some surplus recently, so don't be formal. Where are Captain Tong and Deputy Commander Lin? Jinying replied while eating, Song Rui had something so she asked for a few days off. Nameless gaped in surprise, Deputy Commander Lin has other duties too. Is that it? Yanhao pondered inwardly. He had thought Song Rui tried to recruit him to Captain Tong's side. But her prior attitude toward the chief didn't match. That what does she really want from me? Suddenly a phone rang and caught Jinying's attention. She picked it up and was startled and surprised. Then she held it out and said, Yanhao, look at this. After seeing it, he sprang up, making Nameless curious. What's wrong? Yanhao said, Ashua has woken up. He urged, go visit him now, we can't wait. Then Yanhao reminded, call Ali. Jinying asked, puzzled, why? He explained that Sergeant Yan had promised a lie he'd help find his brother. But because Ashua hadn't woken up yet, he hadn't told a lie. Cut to the Hemovax treatment research facility. A sweet voice called out, Big brother. Ashua glanced slightly and answered, a lie. The kid asked curiously, brother, where did you go? He comforted him, I'm sorry. Seeing this, Nameless wept with emotion. So good. Yanhao also soothed, Ashua, sorry to trouble your reunion, I have a few questions about your brothers. Please tell me. Ashua looked up and continued, he is a lie. Hurriedly introduced, he saved us, Sergeant Yan is our benefactor. Then Yanhao showed him a photo. Do you recognize this girl? Ashua took it and repeated, this girl. But he cautioned, don't rush, think slowly. Jinying added, on March 11, 2088, he was on a rescue escort mission, and this girl was among them. Do you remember her? Ashua searched his memory. The rescue mission I remember, when the red fog erupted, the army hastily formed a relief team, and I was sent to the city center to search for survivors. He slowly recounted that the scene was horrifying, bodies everywhere, mutated monsters, the infected. At that chaotic moment, near the crashed helicopter, we discovered this girl. When they questioned her, it was strange that her body was fine, but she couldn't remember anything. He explained that we could only take her to the military shelter. Ashua continued, she stayed at the shelter about 2 days. Then 2 people came with orders signed from above, proper paperwork, saying they'd take her for psychological treatment. Yanhao probed repeatedly. And then, where did they take her? Ashua slowly said that since she remembered nothing and had no one to care for her, he wanted to take her for treatment. Her destination was. Finally he named the place as Soyan Town. After arriving there I was assigned elsewhere. After I left Soyan Town something unexpected happened, and I don't remember what came after. Yanhao repeated the 4 words Soyan Town. A worry rose in him. Where has Uncle Song Rui been lately? Yansu was also taken there. This can't be coincidence. What secret does Soyan Town hold? Cut to Soyan Town, the mountain outskirts. Song Rui has arrived. She mentally analyzed. The whole town has been searched. But there's still no news of her uncle. Could he be on this mountain? And what are these people guarding? Then Song Rui moved stealthily. The 2 men wondered why the boss suddenly ordered increased patrols. since rumors have been spreading and the boss fears what's happening here will be exposed. She was now watching from above, observing what they were doing. Song Rui began to suspect mysterious. The things on the truck surely aren't ordinary. Suddenly a flash glinted from a corner of the wall. Damn, there's a camera here. Below, the men also noticed there's a strange girl over there. One quickly raised his gun. Don't let her escape, go tell the boss. Fortunately, Song Rui nimbly dodged and ran. They radioed down that she must be captured. She ran desperately along the rocky trail. The men kept chasing. Over here, she's this way, damn it. Song Rui readied a technique with her hand. She couldn't be caught here. Moments later, a series of lightning strikes fell to block the pursuer's path. She calculated the cost this covered action. She only wore beast core gloves, so she couldn't use full power. But it should be enough against these thugs. The men shouted an alert. She's an ability user. At that moment, one lunged from behind to ambush. Dodge, you bastard. How dare you enter my turf? Are you suicidal? Song Rui's eyes flicked at him. A direct strike hit him as he rushed in, but he laughed with amusement. No pain, no itch. A moment later he seized Song Rui's hand. With a single blow he hurled her dozens of meters away. The B-rank underground leader ordered sternly, speak. He directly questioned who sent her. Song Rui pondered. My thunder strike had no effect on him. Could he also be an ability user? The underground leader coldly ordered, take her. But Song Rui had already shocked them all with an electric discharge. Then she rushed toward the underground leader, who had very high lightning resistance. Song Rui closed in fast, though she couldn't unleash a full move. Temporarily paralyzing them was no problem. Then she unleashed an electromagnetic strike that shook the area. Suddenly the attack hit a tree trunk behind them. The underground leader emerged from the smoke, assessing that without this thing he might have been defeated by her. But she had no chance now. He was wearing an M-Type 1 combat suit that enhanced the user's abilities and shock resistance. Song Rui gaped in astonishment. An army combat suit? How did you get this equipment? Having said that, the underground leader ordered, bring her up here after we interrogate her and find who's behind this. You can have your fun. An overeager man jumped forward claiming he should go first or Song Rui was in trouble. Damn. Without the suit support, she was exhausted after using her ability. But at that moment a strike hit him square in the face. Someone had come to Song Rui's aid. Yan Hao asked about her condition. Are you okay? She couldn't believe it. Yan Hao. Seeing this, the men paused their allies. The underground leader pointed and ordered, seize them. I'll give you a share of the mineral profits. His henchmen immediately obeyed and charged. Meanwhile, Jinying arrived as reinforcement, forming a sphere in her hand. Her tempest attack blew the thugs away. The underground leader gritted his teeth in rage. Another ability user? Who the hell are you? Jinying pointed and shouted, who are you? Why attack my Nai? Who is Nai to you? The underground leader was furious. How dare you sneak into my turf? You rabble will all die. Song Rui warned urgently, careful, he's an ability user too, and his combat level is at least B. Yan Hao pointed a finger skyward. Puzzling him, did he mean he could finish it in one hit, in 1 second? Provoked, the underground leader charged angrily, rely on you. He closed in quickly, daring to show off before me, but Yan Hao used one move, beast transformation, a crushing strike, thinking to himself this would test instructor Lin's recent training results. Yan Hao's strike produced a tremendous aftershock. The underground leader was officially felled. Yan Hao turned and left. Let's get out of here first. Then the three of them sped away in a vehicle. After a while Yan Hao began to question her. I heard from Jinying you took leave from training to come to Soyan Town to investigate someone. He also learned a bit. It was those people, right? Song Rui dejectedly admitted, actually, I sneaked here. Hearing that, Yan Hao angrily glared at Jinying. This girl lies without blinking. She asked about the attack. Why did they ambush you? Song Rui explained, from my investigation, they seem to be a local underground gang. She recounted slowly, I found their base on the mountain. But I don't know what schemes they re-upped. However, they weren't my primary target. Song Rui confessed with a heavy heart, I have an uncle who disappeared after being infected by the red fog. Intelligence said there were signs of him here, so I came to investigate. Yan Hao grasped the situation. Your uncle was infected by the red fog. Why investigate secretly? Did the chief of staff forbid you? Song Rui explained, do you remember Lovey Feng? Her uncle's beast form is far more terrifying than Love Feng's and even more dangerous. She showed the 2 papers in her hand, and said it was my fault he ended up like this, so I must protect him. Song Rui sadly confided that she invited him to join Crimson Blood, hoping to borrow his strength to find a way to turn her uncle back into a human. Now Yan Hao understood. So that's it, Song Rui wants to save her uncle despite the chief's objections. A dangerous person losing consciousness and losing control of their power, yet she accepts trouble like me. She'll likely pay a high price, all that effort just to recruit a new member. Maybe there's another purpose you resmart for some reason. I really need you. But you must trust that we re not enemies. Or you can treat this as a deal. Why? The deal turns out to be this. He offered his hand Captain Tong. If it's like a shoes case I can handle it, but with Ulvi Feng's beast transformation I'm not sure I can. I will do my utmost to help you, this is our pact. Hearing that, Song Ru was deeply moved. Thank you. Jin Ying smiled approvingly. Alright then, since it's settled, let's go. Suddenly Song Rui remembered something. Right. Why is everyone here? Yan Hao said a Shuo has woken up. He told me little Xu was brought here 6 months ago. She continued despondently that she'd been trying to gather information these days. But most people were hostiles. She felt there must be a connection between these events. Yan Hao was resolute. No matter what, I will find my sister. Cut to the town's dark district, deep inside the village. Jin Ying was clearing leftover stragglers, chasing them endlessly like disturbing a hornet's nest. Song Rui was equally annoyed. She didn't want to be trailed and waste time. Let's break through directly. She gathered power in her hand and said there's still one straggler left. But before she could act, that man was struck by someone. Yan Hao looked and asked, who was that? Tang Yi waved and greeted, don't hit him. He's one of ours, Captain Tong. Song Rui wondered why he was here. He couldn't answer publicly. This isn't a place to talk. Follow me. A while later Tang Yi said quietly that he came under orders from the chief to find her uncle, Captain Tong, and to ensure everyone's safety. He heard fighting and assumed it might be them, so he came to check. Song Rui was skeptical that he was alone. He scratched his head awkwardly and explained our temporary camp is on the mountain. We found traces of beastmen, but a Lord-class aberration is active there, and we were trying to bypass it to act. He then elaborated that the chief meant if everyone returns now, punishments could be mitigated, and the search mission should be left to professionals like them. Song Rui interjected that it's her uncle, she has leads, so she must go. If they fight him she can intervene. Jin Ying agreed that they were friends who stick together and can help Tang Yi collect aberrations along the way. Hearing that, Tang Yi had no choice of fine. Since you redetermined I won't force you. If we found a secluded route we can take afterwards, you must come back with me. He took out his phone happily and said he'll first report to his teammates. Suddenly Yan Hao asked, right? When you searched the mountain did you see any building like a research lab? Tang Yi rubbed his chin thoughtfully. A research lab indeed. We saw an abandoned building that looked somewhat like a research institute. How did you know? He felt his guess confirmed. No wonder I didn't see the lab a Shuo mentioned in town, before it was hidden in the mountain, making it even easier to enter. Cut to them arriving at a cave. This is it. And indeed, no one was guarding the place and no electronic equipment was deployed. Wait a moment, Captain Tong. Tang Yi instructed, go back to Jin Ying's vehicle. There's no time, I'll leave this to you. Song Rui curiously asked, could this be? Jin Ying grinned slyly and guessed it's Yan Hao's grand gift. He used beast cores and won 50,000 alliance points to upgrade her weapon earlier. Thanks. She kept teasing about when he'd give it to her. Yan Hao warned to focus on the task first. Tang Yi worriedly added that they must stay alert after entering. He guided them, keep going straight, that's our temporary camp. Suddenly Jin Ying noticed something off. The reaction energy here was complicated. At that moment a monster above was observing them. Seconds later it shot venom at the group. Jin Ying looked up and saw the poison was nearly upon them. Luckily Tang Yi shielded her careful. Who knew it was hiding here? However, the venom was strong and hit him. Damn, he's been struck. The creature was a Lord-class rattlesnake. Yan Hao observed that Tang Yi's reaction suggested he anticipated it would attack Jin Ying. Tang Yi warned it was good at camouflage, and their team had suffered for it. I'm poisoned, so I can only help so much. With that, Yan Hao rushed forward. I'm coming. The snake opened its jaws wide, ready to bite him. But Yan Hao delivered several slashes along its body. Tang Yi couldn't believe it. Yan Hao alone could subdue a Lord-class beast. I used to think I could spar with him. Jin Ying wasn't surprised, of course. She proudly boasted, he's our trump card. At that moment another strange silhouette emerged from the smoke. Seconds later the ground and rocks below shattered. It was a Lord-class crimson flame beast with a bull's head, and another Lord-class creature, a plated back lizard. Jin Ying cried in alarm, what's happening? Tang Yi panicked, I don't know either, there had only been one Lord-class before. At the same time, the underground leader appeared on a distant rock. You really dared to come here. He smirked provocatively, I let my guard down last time, let's see how arrogant you are now. Yan Hao analyzed silently that the leader could also command beasts compared to those in Redstone City. These had higher obedience. How did he manage it? Tang Yi felt guilty. Everyone, I'm sorry for putting you in danger. I will temporarily restrain the snake, please handle the rest. Jin Ying worriedly asked if he could do it. Don't force it. He insisted. He's vowed to bring everyone back safely, so he must fulfill his duty. Yan Hao sighed and said, Captain Tong, if we want to search safely we must clear these obstacles first, split up and deal with them. Song Rui agreed, lead the ape to me, I'll try this now. With that Yan Hao shouted, move out. Tang Yi faced the beast. He used glacial chains to hold the snake in place. Meanwhile the underground leader slowly advanced tauntingly, kid. Now that it's here we will see how you break through the defenses. That girl beside you who blows wind is useless, it's 4 against 1. Go ahead and cry. Yanhao's eyes turned cold as he assessed 4 against 1. He warned, I'd advise you to take that back. Song Rui is standing in front of the beast she chose. Yanhao confidently cautioned that when Captain Tong gets angry, even I wouldn't dare provoke him. Holding the charging sniper rifle, Song Rui murmured that the weapon really was excellent. The horned beast opposite roared and struck Gogs through the ground where she stood, but fortunately Song Rui slid back and dodged. She immediately planted her feet, raised the rifle, fired quickly and taunted, taste this. The powerful strike sent the horned beast flying. Meanwhile Yanhao was battling the shark-headed monster. He transformed his hand into claws and ripped at the armor on its tail. Jin Ying quickly joined in, attacking the monster's head. This move startled the underground leader. He stood atop the beast and cast a counter to nullify the incoming attack. Annoyed, she yelled that the guy could nullify elemental attacks. What a pain. The shark-headed monster reared up and opened its mouth to spew fire. Yanhao leapt out of range while Jin Ying rushed to his side. Through the choking dust the two met. Yanhao tilted his head and smiled at her. Jin Ying, she replied immediately, got it, leave it to me. He went cold-faced and thrust his hand forward to strike. Jin Ying followed, raising her hand to weave magic that wrapped Yanhao's attack in the center. Watch this, Earth-Brave Dragon roll. The blow hit its lower body, causing a shockwave explosion. The shark-headed monster recoiled in pain, thrashing and flinging the underground leader off. It then leaned back wildly and spat flames. He got up, rubbing his head in annoyance at being knocked off. Then Yanhao had already rushed up. Sir, as the leader looked up, Yanhao was standing before him. Yanhao grabbed him and dragged him along by momentum, shouting, disappear. With that he spun and hurled the underground leader forward coincidentally into the shark's flaming breath. The leader took it full on and screamed in pain. The beast now rose, eyes anxious as it looked toward its master being engulfed by its own flames. In the distance he had transformed his hands and waited. As the fire column ceased, Yanhao charged and instantly defeated the monster. On the other side the horned beast was also completely exhausted. Song Rui stood there shouldering her gun, eyes full of pride, thinking she'd really defeated a Lord-class aberration alone. Jin Ying came up from behind, raising her hand and calling, Shoo shoo, this side's finished too. Elsewhere a giant snake was still being restrained. Below, Tang Yi was still straining to form the ice lock and bind it tight. He clenched his teeth in determination. You won't be allowed to bother others. Suddenly Tang Yi felt 2 energy sources rushing in. He looked up and saw they were closing in on him and her. Without a word they drew near. Song Rui opened fire, unleashing her rage. Yanhao followed up, clawing at it and severing the monster's head. The group cheerfully approached him, leaving behind the collapsed giant snake. Teasing each other about the weapon he gave very handy. Glad you like it, and urging the two to check the wounded. As they neared, Tang Yi finally relaxed and smiled. I'm fine, you were great, what a fight. She laughed. Captain Tong, thanks to your restraint, I'll report your performance in detail when we return. In another corner, the underground leader seized the chance and hurried to flee while no one watched. But 2 of them intercepted him immediately, blocking his path. Hearing the commotion they turned to look. Tang Yi grinned. You came just in time, we need to interrogate this guy. Suddenly a hand shot out and clamped his throat. He slowly hoisted the underground leader up, who panicked and begged, don't kill me. Yanhao paid no heed and warned in a low voice that their time was limited. Confess obediently or leave your life. What operations are you running in the mountain and why the curfew? He asked coldly. The underground leader trembled and reported it was, or there's a red crystal in the mountain that contains energy the military doesn't know. So we've been secretly collecting and selling it on the black market. Fearing Yanhao wouldn't believe him, he quickly pointed the way. The mine is that way. The crystals all belong to you, please spare me. He was briefly doubtful such a grand operation was just mining. Yang Jie hastily reported that when they camped they indeed saw debris on the ground, resembling a kind of crystal, which Yanhao had also heard. He changed the subject. We'll deal with the minerals later. I want to know how you control these beasts and the origin of your combat uniforms. At this the underground leader grew more flustered and stammered, about that impatient. Yanhao tightened his grip and warned him to speak. The leader babbled in panic that someone had been supporting them all along and supplied everything. The scene fell into a brief silence. A blood-red eye suddenly opened behind them, unexpectedly reared up and slammed down its paw. He released the leader and curled his lip, still alive. Huh. Instantly Yanhao spun and lunged. No one saw that someone behind him had drawn a knife aimed at the dazed Jin Ying. Cut to the Soyan Town mineral mine. A fully cloaked person entered the cave. They then stood still, murmuring to themselves, this is the place. After confirming, the person reached out and lightly touched the red crystal. They drained all the energy from it into their body. After absorbing it they raised a hand to inspect. This should suppress the corrosion for a while. Then a loud noise from outside suddenly caught the mysterious person's attention. She removed her hood, revealing a sharp-featured face. She frowned slightly. Who's controlling the aberration? At the same time, in the Soyan Town Canyon, the underground leader was sneaking to strike from behind with a smug face, planning to kill the girl first and flee in the chaos. He moved so quickly Jin Ying couldn't react and could only stand frozen. Then in an instant fresh syrupy drops gushed out profusely. But it wasn't Jin Ying, it was Tang Ye. He reacted in time, using his hand to block the blow meant for Jin Ying, leaving the attacker stunned. What the? Then Tang Ye used ice magic in his hand and said coldly, "You want to die? Fine, I'll grant it." With that he slashed the underground leader's throat with it, giving him no time to utter another word. At the same time Yan Hao and Song Rui finished off that monster. Then Jin Ying cried out, "Tang Ye, why did you kill him?" Tang Ye awkwardly rubbed his nape. It was an instinctive reaction. I didn't overthink it, leaving her speechless, but he still had a lot of information left untold. Song Rui came over and asked what happened. Tang Ye replied solemnly that the leader tried to kill Jin Ying. It was too dangerous, so he showed no mercy. But Song Rui didn't praise him. She scolded that from what she knows of Jin Ying, she could be dodged that surprise attack. Captain Tong, don't overprotect her. He answered, "You were right. We and everyone here are elite members of the Blood Knight squad. But not even a sliver of danger is worth the risk. I prefer to err on the safe side than let my teammates suffer unexpected harm." Hearing that, Song Rui stopped arguing and asked if his hand was okay. First returned to camp for treatment. Meanwhile the mysterious persons stood above them watching someone from the army. Suddenly she recognized something, that person. Then she stared fixedly at Yan Hao, unable to look away. Sensing someone watching, he instinctively looked up. Song Rui, curious, followed suit. "What's up?" He shook his head. "It's nothing. Maybe I'm mistaken. Let's go." At that moment the mysterious woman was crouched behind a large rock. That person, him. Suddenly memories from long ago flashed in her mind, some familiar shapes of Yan Hao, and that sunlit smile that always faced her. No doubt remained the mysterious person was his long-lost sister. Gradually the memories linked together and she gasped, realizing and calling out, "Big brother." Cut back to Yan Hao's group. They were standing before an abandoned building. Tang, he said the research lab looked familiar, likely abandoned. "Brother Yan, is something wrong?" He felt a vague recognition. Abandoned. Could it be? Without thinking Yan Hao dashed inside. "No. I must check personally." Jin Ying quickly followed. "I'll go with you. You continue searching and keep in contact." Yan Hao, wait. Once inside he called out, "Is anyone here?" Jin Ying beside him gradually understood why Yan Hao was urgent. The place he mentioned was indeed this. "Look, this place has been abandoned for a while." Outside Tang Yi and Song Rui discussed, "Leave this spot to them. We'll search the other side, it's the only option." They then went off in the same direction. Song Rui, puzzled, asked Captain Dong was the Chief of Staff's order only to search. He replied that indeed, besides ordering a search the Chief had issued another directive. If things exceed expectations, eliminate, directly eliminate. He explained that of course that contingency is based on his field assessment. If we can contain the main threat we don't need to eliminate, whatever the case. Search first then report. Song Rui nodded, thanks. Cut to night at the temporary camp in the valley. Tang Yi announced, "We haven't found any trace of Song Zhao on our side. Did anyone find anything?" Yan Hao then produced an item. "We found a hard drive in this." The hard drive has already been restored by Jin Ying. Song Rui took it and asked curiously, "This is a log on April 30, 2088. A landslide broke the Red Mist Reservoir, and many town residents were infected by the Red Mist. On May 3, 2088, the Army's so-called purge operation was nothing short of a massacre. We were secretly ordered to detain surviving infected people to study this beastification phenomenon. A few months earlier, on May 18, 2088, newly relocated residents discovered a red mineral at the landslide area. This mineral can absorb the red mist, and we made a deal to secretly mine it. On June 4, 2088, the frequent landslides were caused by a super-class aberration hiding inside trying to escape. The superiors ordered immediate evacuation and stressed that the girl alpha subject must be protected. The evacuation was rushed and all the beastified people were eliminated. Is our Red Mist research right or wrong? Song Rui asked after reading only this much. What is alpha research? Yan Hao replied, frankly, I don't know either. Suddenly Jin Ying inside shouted, recovery successful. Oh, this is. What about alpha research? Yan Hao, go check this out. Everyone hurried over to look. Jin Ying said seriously, I just recovered a partition on your drive. The contents. There should be very important to everyone. Looking at the images, Yan Hao was stunned. These are Xiaoxiu's files. At the same time Tang Yi, curious, asked if anything important was found. The others sounded urgent. Jin Ying then deftly operated the screen. She quickly clicked the file. Inside, monster models immediately appeared. Tang Yi frowned at the pictures. Yan Hao thought to himself, the log contains classified military information and explicitly mentions Xiaoxiu. He couldn't show it to Tang Yi yet. Then feigned ignorance of this hard drive is the only thing we found, though we don't know who conducted the research. Song Rui peered at the screen and couldn't help a eager smile. The condition of these beastified people could be useful for my father's research. Their behavior is very similar to my uncle's early on. If we recover more documents, maybe we can find a way to help him regain his mind. Suddenly another file appeared on the screen. What's in this? Unknown. I haven't opened it yet. No sooner said than Jinying opened the file and a monster video appeared. Xiaoxu was also in it, which stunned Yanha. Why is she with the aberration? Tang Yi's face twisted at the monster in the video. This is a super class aberration. It's Hira. If this thing is still alive, it would be a disaster for the whole region. When was this photo taken? Jinying replied, the metadata shows 3 months ago. He frowned, judging from the sun's position and the shadow. I know the photo was likely taken in the Western Valley. I'll lead a team to investigate immediately. Jinying, inform me if you find anything new. Tang Yi then left at once. Yanhao urgently urged her, hurry up and show me Xiaoxu's full file. Upon opening it, her physical metrics exceeded normal human ranges, but didn't match. This report is completely different from previous beastified records. Inside was also the name of an acquaintance, Hong Zhengna. Hong family. Could it be that Mr. Hong from Redstone City? At this, Song Rui spoke up. Previously my father tried to investigate Mr. Hong's ties to the Lukdang Corporation, but found nothing. If he's involved in the experiment on your sister, she could be in Lukdang's hands. After hearing that, Yanhao concluded the clues are lining up. Then said, I'll go find that aberration. Xiaoxu's appearance, there isn't a coincidence, there may be leads. Jinying eagerly called out, I'll go with you. The situation is complicated and may need immediate analysis. Song Rui also fumbled to join. One more pair of hands, I'll go. After a while their team reached the waypoint. Someone on the team shouted in surprise, Captain, look at the shape of that cliff. She pointed toward the huge monster off in the distance. Tang Yi turned pale at the sight. The body had been concealed. No wonder the earlier search couldn't find Song Zhao. Jinying said the survival metrics are very low, consistent with deep sleep. For now it doesn't seem dangerous. They moved in close to observe the monster that showed no breath. One curious person reached out to touch it. This is my first time seeing a super class aberration. Suddenly Jinying's tablet flashed a red alert. Not right, the survival index is rising fast. They realized the huge monster was awakening. The group panicked and scrambled. Retreat, fall back. It's been camouflaging all along. Tang Yi quickly formed an ice barrier spell, separating them and holding a defensive formation. But since the monster is fire-aligned, Tang Yi's ice wall melted entirely. Several team members hit by the attack collapsed on the spot. Out of options, Tang Yi called for backup from headquarters. Song Rui drew her gun, puzzled. Strange. It could attack directly but instead sprays a wide area toxin. Jinying realized it's altering the surrounding environment. It wants us trapped and killed here. Yanhao sprang into action. We can't just wait for Akhir. First we must disrupt its activity. Meanwhile, Jinying kept reassuring the others, don't panic. This one is stuck in the mountain and is a fixed target. Its survival stats haven't fully recovered. We still have a chance. Song Rui's worries eased somewhat. Alright. Let's restrain it together. This is a good chance to test our coordinated training results. With that they all rushed into combat. Support and melee units coordinated very smoothly. Yanhao took responsibility for the critical strikes. After shooting red mucus at the monster's head, it went motionless. While everyone else cooperated, Tang Yi stood still without acting, giving a faint, puzzling smile. Once it was subdued, Jinying bashfully ran off. Let's use this chance to retreat first. Suddenly the monster reactivated. Its eyes flared brighter, and it became more frenzied than ever. Oh no, it's trying to break free. It began to ravage the surrounding area. Song Rui sighed, this is really troublesome now. As they watched the monster grow ever more deranged,